G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially Black Diamond AFL.
A massive thank you to all of their sponsors.
BLK, the major sponsor and official apparel supplier of Black Diamond AFL. BLK, beyond limits known.
Belmont 16 Footers Sailing Club, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment.
GE Industrial Solutions, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers for the past 50 years.
Wilson Security, Australia's largest and most innovative security provider.
Pullman Magenta Shores Resort, an exceptional 5-star resort set on 52 acres on the New South Wales Central Coast.
Prime 7, coverage includes 4 games every round on 7 Mate, including Friday and Saturday nights and Sunday afternoon.
Star 104.5, the home of Rabbit and Julie Goodwin, playing more music variety.
The Entertainment Grounds, one of the Central Coast's premier events locations.
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery, the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast.
And Subway Morisset. Subway, eat fresh.
And remember to tune in to our Brekkie Show 6 till 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pheam Park for round 8 of the Black Diamond AFL. And it's certainly wintry conditions. Don't let the great pictures shown from Bar TV fool you. It's very chilly, with a wind blowing from right to left on your screen, and we're here for the big clash between Warners Bay and Nelson Bay. And you'll notice something a little bit different today. Commemorative jumpers being worn by both teams in recognition of the Black Diamond AFL's Indigenous round. The Warners Bay jumpers designed by Morris Goolagong, the Black Diamond AFL goal-kicking legend and renowned local Aboriginal artist, while the Nelson Bay jumpers also designed by an Aboriginal artist there by Doris Glasson, a local lady from Nelson Bay. So the jumpers look an absolute picture, and joining me today is the regular co-host here in Dave Redden. And Dave, those jumpers do look great.
Gary, they look superb. You'd be proud to be wearing those out at an AFL ground, let alone in our wonderful league, but they look superb. Both artists have done a great job. They really do look superb, Gary. Yeah,
they certainly do. And also, pleased to note that Terrigal Avoca and Newcastle City are also wearing special jumpers, and they've been designed by Morris Goolagong as well. But we're going to focus on today's game, and the one here in front of us at the moment, Dave, and we've got Nelson Bay currently sitting in 4th place on the ladder, 1 game clear of Warners Bay, who are currently just sitting outside the top 4 with a loss, 1 win behind. And you're looking there, they met a few weeks ago, a big win for Nelson Bay.
Look, it's a very interesting day for both clubs. I think it's very crucial for Warners Bay to get a win at home. There's a lot of changes to the Nelson Bay side, and it's fair to say that Nelson Bay have struggled a little bit away from Burwell Oval this year. So, look, it's a massive game in the portents of the back end of the Final Four, Gary. So, the huge game, very pivotal for both clubs.
Well, we'll just have a quick look at the sides there, Dave. And there's been a late change for Warners Bay with Josh Molan coming in the side for Chris Avery, who's absent. But a couple of big ins for Warners Bay there.
Shmarla Looms in particular, and Shmarla Looms and Stewart are very big ins for Warners Bay there. They'll miss Holt, Prentice, Brackenbury and Marty Ryman, the coach, and also Avery. Yeah. However, I think they're very good ins, and that's a good side for Warners Bay.
Yeah, much stronger in the back line. There's no doubt about that. And we have a look there quickly at the Nelson Bay side, and they've had a multitude of changes there coming in for them. They've even had some more late outs there, but look, they've still got a pretty strong side on paper. There's no doubt about that.
Yes, both Yule brothers are in this week, Gary. Burton, Cooper, Morgan. It's not a bad side from Nelson Bay. They'd probably like to have a little bit more continuity. However, it's going to be a cracking game today. We're really looking forward to some good footy.
Right, yeah. And we just the umpires for today's game, Dave.
Our field umpires, Gary, are Joey O'Brien, Darryl Luck and Alex Coburn. Our boundary umpires are Matt Jeffrey and Nick Hickson. And our goal umpires are Paul Best and Luke Beavis. Yeah, and a quick shout out also there. We just had a look at the toss being done there to Warners Bay stalwart in Jimmy Newburn, playing his 250th senior game today. So well done to Jimmy. He's played 156 Black Diamond Cup games. He's played in every men's grade that's gone around for Warners Bay. I think he's coached about every side. Also current coach of the women's side. Forced his way back into the senior side, but also not only on a playing side of it, Dave, also a fantastic
has been an administrator for the club, been secretary for many years, and for where Warners Bay are at the moment, off field where they're one of the leaders in the league, it certainly can a lot be contributed to Jimmy Newburn, and we wish him all the best today.
We certainly do. I got to know him a little bit more down there in Wagga last week. He's a very fine bloke. He did the running for the Black Diamond League last week as well, Gary. So he's absolutely a club stalwart, and he's the sort of person that makes clubs tick. That's as simple as that. He's a great man.
I said he was a stalwart, Dave. I didn't say he was a good bloke. I'm not going to put myself out in the line by saying he's a good bloke. I'll leave that there to you. But anyway, he's certainly achieved 250 games. But anyway, well done to Jimmy Newburn. He's on the bench already. He's on his way out. That's probably not a bad place to have him. But anyway, what are you expecting today, Dave?
I'm expecting that Warners Way will come out flying. I think that it's their season's on the line right now, and I'm expecting Warners Bay to win by about 3 or 4 goals. I just think they've got a strong side, and I think it's backs to the wall for Warners Bay. They're at home. It's their time.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you. I think Warners Bay at home. I think they've got a lot on the line today as well. And I think with the inclusions that they've got, I think their back line's going to be a little bit more solid than what it has been in the past. They're pretty good against Cardiff. I like them there. They just fell away a bit towards the end, but I do like them. That I think they'll get the points today. But we're about to get underway here, so we're going to have Warners Bay in the blue shorts, blue jumper. They're going to be kicking to the left of screen. Nelson Bay in the white shorts, they're going to be kicking to the right. And just to note is it's a very strong breeze blowing straight down the ground to the end that Warners Bay are going to be kicking to. So early goals is going to be paramount to use this window.
Absolutely. It's a strong southerly. Away we go.
Rightio, we're underway here at Phelan Park. Ben Crawley and Billy Barton are going to be the combatants in the ruck. Joey O'Brien throws the ball on the turf, and up we go, Indigenous round. We're going to throw it up instead. Gee, that was a big build-up, Dave. That was some of his best work as well.
Yes, Gary.
So we're going to start again. So up they go. Burton with the leg out there. Don't get a clear tap. Krause in there. Member of the representative side last week. Very successful. Gets the first handball. Goes out there. Punched away that time by Gibbons. Playing up for this time. It's Nelson Bay going to swing it back out there now. Going backwards. And it's going to be out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Far side of the ground. Expect a lot of boundary throw-ins today, I think, Dave.
Yes, Gary, and in the women's game preceding this one, there was a lot of play on the far side of the field. So I'm suspecting that the breeze is going just a touch to that side as well.
So Crawley in the ruck there against Burton. No one gets a clear tab. Out the back it comes quickly there to Morgan. Swings it back to Vasey. Vasey on the outside of the right boot. Bartlam there playing a kick behind the play, but he can't control that. And the ball will go out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. I think if you're a boundary umpire, I think you want to be on this side, don't you? I reckon you'll get a lot of work on the other side, I would have thought.
Absolutely.
So it's Nick Hickson's on this side of the ground, so good throw in there. Both ruckmen missed that there now. Gibbons back to Bartlam. Handball back to Crawley. Bartlam then gets it back again. Uses good pace. Sweeping handballs to Spinks. He can't take the ball. Bit of a battle over there. Boundary throwing again. Right on centre wing. No score. Been playing 1.5 minutes. First quarter. Roach goes third man up. A good punch coming down there. Turner's down there. The handball coming there. That's Roach who taps it there, playing on Stewart. A couple of young guns there. Corey Deverell, he can't pick it up. Opens the way there that time for Liam Fitzgerald. Quick kick in the pocket there. Spinks is there, very dangerous. He picks it up there on the right boot. Puts it up in the air. It's going to go across the ground, which leaves Harbin in there. All that bounces over him. A cruel bounce. Back there, holding the free kick. It's going to go the way this time of Harry Ewell. Handball back quickly to Stewart. He's going to go out the far side of the ground using the wind to take it out there. If it sits there, Turner should be in there, but it's going to go first there to Morgan. He picks it up there under pressure from Turner. Sees the ball goes over the boundary line. I just think that wind's just turned around a little bit, Dave. I think you mentioned before, it's probably blowing towards the forward pocket, I would have thought, more so than directly down the ground. What direction's that?
It's a sou'wester.
Probably a sou'wester. Good call. That's what I thought it was as well. There's Roach, get there. Morgan keeps his feet with another boundary throw. That's boundary throwing number 5.
Again, the ground at Phelan Park in good nick, Gary.
Great nick in it for this time of year. Fantastic. A little bit of rain overnight, but so that's disappeared. And apart from the wind, it's not bad conditions. Jaden Reimer clears it out, sweeps it all across to Joel Erickson. On the right boot he goes. A good spearing pass out there, leading up there. Gee, that's very good hands below his knees there. He's Clayton. It's going to be 50 metres there. Yeah, over the mark. Wasn't called play on. Gee, that was good hands by Clayton.
He's picked it up below his knees. That was a terrific pickup. Great call. Interesting there. The guy on the mark was trying to be disciplined and stay with him, but he hadn't, as you said, he hadn't been called to play on, so 50 metres given. Yeah, you got to wait for the call. That was Lincoln Stewart. So umpire Darryl Luck bring back to 50, and this will be a good kick from Clayton. Needs to aim this outside the right goalpost, I reckon, Dave. Spot on. So Clayton. Right boot outside the right goal post. Misses the left goal post. That's how strong the wind is. And through for the first score of the day. Behind to Nelson Bay. And good transferring of play there from Joel Erickson. Good handball from Reimer. And certainly a good leader mark. So Dean Crotty's going to bring the ball in. Very good last game against Cardiff. He goes along there. Schmaler Looms can't take the mark, but it goes over the back there. Good handball from Rocco onto Krause. A short pass there is going to not be taken by Turner. So they're able to bring the ball back in. Eddie's there tackled and dispossessed. There's a cockatoos are flying overhead. And we're going to call for a ball up. Far side of the ground. 1 point, only score, favour of Nelson Bay. Thomas Crowley gets the tap down. Picked up over there. Going to have another ball up. Umpire Coburn throws the ball up in the air. No one takes that. Crowley does his own roving. Quick handball back to Gibbons. Gibbons handballs it out wide. They're at Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald swings around onto his right boot. Well taken there by Turner, who meets it coming up. Gets the handball out to Gibbons again. Good smother out there. Was it goes by Eddie? They'll be very happy to have the ball a lot of the day play down that far side of the ground. This quarter anyway, Nelson Bay. Warners Bay got to work on a way to get the ball to this side of the ground and bring it in with the wind. Hard scoring from that side of the ground. Absolutely. In the old days, they would have called that the dead pocket out there, Dave. Can't see why we can't call it that today. We can call that today as well. Going down there, that was Bellman. But comes back. He gets a handball. Crowley. Going to be another stacks on the mill. We're going to have another ball up on centre wing. Falls a little bit short. Reimer to Bellman on the kick. Stewart there. Lead Clayton out there. Can't take control of the ball. Jews comes in for Nelson Bay. A quick handball out the back to Krause, and Todd Krause goes out wide to Spinks. If it sits up, he's going to picks up on the bounce, brushes the tackle, then goes to ground himself, puts a head over the ball. Play-on's a cool, good umpiring there. That's great umpiring by Alex Coburn. He's called the ball up. He actually, Spinksy then actually put his head over the ball and wasn't tackled high, tackled around the waist, but he allowed to ball up. So well done there. Spinks this time gets it, goes back into the play, tackled again. Going to be out of bounds for another boundary throw in. Good tackling so far by Nelson Bay. They're going to have to continue that for 4 quarters if they want to get the 4 points, Gary. That tackling has to be intense. Crawley over the back, taps it down there. Lachlan Deverell, he can't take it. So Vasey, he gets a kick there, but it doesn't go very far. Going in hard that time was Molan, as he always does. Quick kick comes out, but a good mark taken there by Tim Duval, the skipper for Nelson Bay. He plays on through Harvey. Comes out, this side's going to go over the head there of Eddie. Yep. Pushing the back there. There's a wrong kick here. Free kick's going to go to Simon Rocco. It's the first time we've actually seen play on this side of the ground. Yeah, exactly. Warners Bay want to keep it this side to attack. That's right. They need to keep going this side. They don't want to go. And there you go. He's kicked up. It's going to go other side. As Smaler looms in there. Good punch from Luke Bell from behind. Rovers need. Lachlan Deverell's going to be the first there. Ben Grace is chasing him. The young and the veteran there. As the wind there blows half the stuff away. And we'll have another boundary throw in. Far side of the ground. All of this play, Gary, really does suit Nelson Bay with them kicking against a 3 or 4 goal breeze. Oh, it does. Any scoring that's not done by Warners Bay, as the clock just ticks away. It's 8 minutes gone, and they've had one shot on goal. Really, as Barton, he gets a kick there. Go down there. Good work by Reimer. Kept his ground. Jews, not the best handball for Reimer, but Jews should be able to keep it in front of him. Clayton's there with him as well. Clayton gets it. Shows the ball one way. Then goes back to Reimer. Sweeping handball out to Eddie on the right boot. Goes down there. Krause there chipping across. Brush it tackle. Good Shepherd coming out there by Marlin. A sweeping handball to Warner on the right boot. He goes long. Harding hits the post. Out of bounds on the full.
Tell you what, the Oval football was showing to us its true uncertainty right here in front of us, Dave.
Certainly did. That was a massive, big off break. It just came in and went straight on the line. It deviated quite significantly.
Change there. A kick comes out there, Raven at the front of the pack.
I really do enjoy the rule interpretation with players. They're stopping players ducking their head, Gary, and I think it's really good for the game.
He's coming on his Cameron Cooper for his first run. His first run in AFL, actually, Dave, would you believe? Come across from Rugby League. It's Hardman there. Quick snap at goal through for behind. Yeah, so Cameron Cooper is a Rugby League player from Nelson Bay. Opted for a change of codes, and here he's out on making his debut for the Marlins today on Bar TV. So I'm interested to see how his game develops today.
Good to see him see the light and come across to play our brand of football, Gary. It's great. We wish him well.
Yeah. So a point there, so scores are level up. 1 point apiece, 10 minutes gone, first quarter. Straight on the ground that Nelson Bay go. The target's going to be Reimer. Down there is Roach. Reimer punched from behind. Good roving at the front there by Joel Eriksson. Ben Grace gets a handball. It's going to be a free kick. It's going to be paid to Eriksson. No, it's going to go to Grace. He was held there before he got the ball. So Ben Grace, former skipper, filling in there today. They're good stretch there by Barton. It's going to be paid to Mark. I'm not sure the Mark. That was a bit... might have been chopping the arms, but he actually indicated he was paying the mark. So Barton, a kick in there. Over the head, this is going to go over the back there. Good use of the body by Rocco. Going down there, Clayton is a little bit slow to get up the bear. Rocco can't pick it up, but he does there now. Gets on the right boot. He kicks it up there. Wynn's going to carry that to Deverell. Goes further than him, which allowed DeVale to get in. He sweeps a handball. Nice handball out. Right boot from Eriksson. Goes down there as a target is Vasey in the back. Free kick's going to go the way of Nathan Vasey. Should be allowed to go over the back there. And Aaron Clayton plays on, read that well, gets the first goal into the breeze, and that could be gold. That goal there, Dave.
Absolutely, into the breeze. They're going to be like gold, as you said. They're going to be like gold, Gary. BLK is the major sponsor of the Black Diamond AFL, as well as being the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, the GWS Giants, and Adelaide Crows, who play tonight, the Gold Coast Suns, and the Brisbane Lions. BLK, beyond limits known, Gary.
Yes, major sponsors. Great to have them on board. And look, that was just a free kick there was paid to Nathan Vasey for in the back and good play, good thinking by Aaron Clayton. He took the advantage and made ashore of the goal. Kicking from the pocket that Nathan Vasey certainly would have been a good kick to get it from there. But an important goal for Nelson Bay into the win, leading currently by 6 points.
Yep, terrific start. Nelson Bay have actually been quite impressive. They've been at the ball hard, and they're shutting Warners Bay down. They're stopping them playing open football, Gary.
They certainly are. So Bell in the ruck with Crawley. Crawley, a big tap. Bellman past him. Krause is going to go in there and lay the tackle. High tackle it was. Free kick go to Bellman.
I think the umpire might be bouncing that up, actually.
Yeah, he's going to throw it up. Oh, it was a quick call. Good tap by Crawley again, but it sits up there for Eddie. Runs past Newburn. Eriksson picks it up. Handball, the back of the tray. Handball straight there to Molan. Short pass misses Bartlam. Oh, it's going to be a holding free kick. Bartlam had done well there. He actually got himself free up forward, but Josh Molan just missed him with the pass. The free kick by Yule. Good kick there. Finds DeVale. Certainly had a good year as a skipper. DeVale finds Morgan out there on the centre wing. Good play by Nelson Bay. They're moving the ball a little bit better than Warners Bay at the moment. So Morgan on the wing. Where's his next target going to be? It's going to be Barton. He used his body really well. Got it and played on. Beachmale learned a kick. Comes in there. Stewart there just drops in front of him. So he puts the boot out. Stops it. Traps it. Goes to put the head down. Reimer's there. Got him. He's over the ball. Could be trouble here. He's going to be penalised.
Umpire right in position.
Yeah.
And he just didn't get rid of the football. No. That's the way the rules are.
Right, he went to ground, didn't he?
Yes, he went to ground. That was the killer, Gary.
Yeah, and Reimer played it very well. So Jaden Reimer going to have a shot at goal from probably 30 metres out. It'll take a very, very good kick from out there, but he's a very, very good player.
We'll take a good kick. So
Reimer stabs it out. Not one of his best kick, though, as Luke Price comes out. He gets on the left boot, screws it around the body. How's it going to go? Clayton dropped the mark he would normally take there on the chest. So they're doing all the attacking at the moment. Nelson Bay into the win. So 1-2-8 to 1 behind Warners Bay. 13 minutes gone, first quarter.
Nelson Bay really have been very good so far, Gary, and Warners Bay would be disappointed with their efforts so far.
They just settle down, just get a goal on the board. That'll be a good take. Goes there long. Bell has 2 grabs. Ball there by Bartlam. Krause gets a kick out wide. Grace is down there also with Gibbons, and the ball will go out of bounds. I don't know if Scott Bartlam got a poke in the eye then. He just really now, and he's just reaching for his eye there now.
Interesting there, Gary. Two very 60-metre long kicks, and they've got the football almost immediately to the half-forward flank and cleared out a lot of the stoppages. Crotty's kick out from the behind and then a long kick from here. I think that's the way Warners Bay have to go, long and direct, with the breeze.
Yeah, they just need to probably try and get it out of that pocket, even if they throw caution to the wind. I think with the wind is strong enough, you throw caution to the wind and go more down middle or even out to the broadcast side of the ground.
Couldn't agree more.
You can't be stuck in that pocket as Crawley there gets it there and Roach, because otherwise we'll just end up with a lot of this, and that's another boundary throw. And of course in the Black Diamond AFL we don't have time off for boundary throw-in, so this is just ticking away for Nelson Bay.
It's an effective way to shut down the clock and manage the clock, isn't it, and manage the tempo of the game.
It is. And they've used the ball pretty well and they've had it as well. So Bell in the ruck there, Crawley wins another tap. Spinks can't get it. DeVal overruns the ball there. Handball comes quickly back to Newburn, the 250 game man. That's a good kick to Bartlam, and he takes a good, strong mark.
He does have a
good play by Jimmy Newburn there. Sorry, Dave.
Sorry. He does have a very good pair of hands, Bartlam. He's a first grabber. And,
certainly is. Good player. Really good player. So Scotty Bartlam be going back from, probably kick this from probably 30 metres out, looking to have first shot on goal, looking for the first goal.
Left goalpost, Gary, or outside from that distance?
I'll have to be outside the left goalpost from there, though. Strikes it, looks pretty good off the boot. Very, very classy finish by Scotty Bartlam. That's what the Bulldogs needed. They're on the board. First goal of the day to Warners Bay. First goal to Scott Bartlam.
Located on picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. For all the latest news and promotions, visit 16s.com.au or find us on Facebook, the home of the Black Diamond AFL. Gary?
Certainly is. Belmont 16-footers will be the venue for the Elliot Davey Medal presentation night in August. Also just recently held the function for Warners Bay. Last time we were here, they had their 40th anniversary. Fantastic occasion. I'm led to believe about 150 people in attendance. A lot of lies told. That's what anniversaries are all about, Dave.
Steve May was telling me he was 6'9" at one stage on the evening. I can't believe that.
So he was. Just talking to him just before we come on air. Great man for Warners Bay. Vasey has a kick at fresh air, picks it up again, this time tackled by Krause, taken to ground. And we're going to have another ball up right in the centre, right alongside the centre circle. Goal apiece. Nelson Bay a point in front. Nearly 17 minutes gone, first quarter. Crawley, great jump over the top there, but Grace, like the veteran, is going to swing it out wide with a handball. Finds Morgan, he goes further back there to Scott Yule. He has a fumble, which really puts him under the pressure. Should have been free kick paid there, but it wasn't. But Matty Spinks runs into goal. He doesn't miss many, Matty Spinks. Great tackle there. I think that was Hardman who laid the tackle. They forced him back. Back-to-back goals to Warners Bay.
GE Industrial Solutions have been partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the past 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Also, very proud sponsor of the BDAFL women's competition.
Yeah, good tackle there by Harbin. They just forced him back. A couple of handballs too many, I would have thought, there by Nelson Bay, and went back. He wasn't aware. Scotty Yule of Jack Harbin, his electric pace as Jack Harbin, laid the tackle, and Matty Spinks, the will of the wisps, grabbed the ball. Very, very sharp shooter. Doesn't miss too many from there, Dave.
He's a very good kicker, as you said. Both players are blessed with speed. Makes a massive difference at this level of footy.
So up we go again. Crawley again, winning the rucks there, quite convincing, getting over the top of Barton. Barton on the ground there. Spinks the last goal kick. He gets it. Tackle, high tackle. Free kick's going to go the way of Spinks. They're into the game now. Dave, Warners Bay.
Yes, they are. They're really starting to hit their straps. They need to. I think they need 2 or 3 more goals, Gary.
Handball off to Roach. Roach goes very long over the back. Harbin will mark it on his chest. He does. He gets it. He goes. And before you know, within a space of a couple of minutes, Warners Bay have got 3 goals on the board. Really taking advantage of that win now. A real long kick there by Roach. And 11 points now, the margin in favour of Warners Bay.
Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider, delivering a wide range of services to a diverse range of customers. For all your security needs, call Wilson Security on 1300 Wilson. So 3 quick goals there in the space of, what's that, a couple of minutes we got those? In 2.5 minutes, they've kicked 3 goals.
3 goals, yeah. And look, handball off the Spinks. That was a great kick by Jake Roach. Well read by Hardman.
It's exactly what they should be doing. Take advantage of that thunderous right foot of Jake Roach. And, Jake can actually hit the ball 65 to 70 metres, especially with this breeze, Gary. You have to take advantage of a gift like that.
Yeah, so 11 points, the good now. Horners Bay, we're back in the middle. Crawley's really dominating the rucks at the moment, Dave, giving his midfielders first use. Need to nullify that.
He's been in very good form, Gary.
There we go. Just as I speak to that, Barton jumps over the top of it. It's going to go back to Marlon. He sweeps a handball to Deverell. Roach to Wimby goes further back there to Turner. He'll want to get onto his right boot, but then switch a handball to Crawley. A long sweeping handball to Stewart. The ungainly kicking style is going to work out all right there now as it goes to Warner. Another youngster. Warner on the right boot finds Harbin. The two youngsters combining very well. Harbin is 55 out from goal. Kick coming, lead comes there. Going there is McKenna. Went over his head. Roach dropped the chest mark. Reimer comes in, retrieves the situation for Nelson Bay. Out to Stewart. Out it comes to Clayton now. There is Deverell comes off the bench there, but Clayton uses his experience, gets around. He'll go across the far side of the ground. Coming out there is Stewart. He's just come on the ground, but he's going to be overrun there by Crotty. Crotty gets off the ground. He's got plenty of time there, although I think the boundary line's a bit too close there. I'll tell you what, that's a reasonable result out there for Nelson Bay. They had 2-on-1. We're going to have a boundary throw in between wing and half forward. Nelson Bay's end of the ground, currently trailing by 11 points. 20 minutes into the first quarter. Keep in mind, Warners Bay kicking with the aid of a strong breeze. And a cool breeze, Dave.
Oh, it's not too bad, Gary, but yes, it's a lot cooler than the rest of the football we've had the pleasure of calling this year, sir.
So Price is in the ruck there. He gets a kick there. Schmaler Loom swings it around the body. It falls for Grace. He can't take it with him this time, which has allowed Warner in to pick it up. Goes to ground, gets tackled. We're going to have a ball up. Once again, we're doing wing and half forward. This time it's the Warners Bay's end of the ground, Dave.
Indeed. Darrell Lux, not for the first time, has a ball up.
But a nice tap down there. Well done to Price. He's then tackled it, dispossessed. Ball hits the deck. Reimer goes in there, scoops it out to Morgan. Or Eddie, sorry it was. Comes back. Then Eddie goes in again. Gets a handball too slick there for Duval. So Stewart mops it up there for Nelson Bay. Good pressure from Warners Bay. Goes round, gets a handball in there. This time it goes to Ben Eddie. He gets a long handball there to Barton. Marlon went for the big tackle. He missed him. Good thing for Barton. And out of bounds for a boundary throw in.
Gary, perhaps at a break or when we get a lull in play at some stage, it'd be interesting to have a quick catch up with you as to what you think, where you think Luke Price's best position is.
Can we have a couple of him?
Yes, exactly.
Free kick there goes to Crawley over the shoulder in the ruck contest. Oh, gee, lucky there. That could have nearly been 50.
Yes, I think at the same time we saw the ball being just thrown straight along the ground.
That's better played by Nelson Bay. They were aware that time of Roach going around the back there. Hardman, the big flyer there. Duval stays down. The skipper, he gets it. Handballs it back to Price. Price handballs back to Duval. They worked it very well. The kick smothered, however, but it falls for Grace for Nelson Bay. Goes one way, goes another. Back to Morgan. Inboard to Eddie. Handball overdoing the handball at the moment. So dispossessed now. Falls in the hand of Deverell. Goes to ground, holding the ball there. Good tackle. That time by Ben Eddie.
Was a good tackle.
So Ben Eddie, right boot, goes to centre half forward. Stewart's down there, takes a good mark. Well done by Stewart. Ball fell in front, so certainly plays in front. Need that. A kick sits up there now. Luke Bell comes there, coming as Schmaler learns. Him and Krause run into each other. Back it comes there, sitting up there for Vasey. Right boot, right boot, right boot. Just misses to the right. Wind didn't take that as much as I thought. I thought it would have come around nicely.
I thought he hit that at exactly the spot that you've been describing in the last 5 or 10 minutes. But anyway, it didn't come back enough, did it? So
no,
10 points the difference, 23 gone, Gary.
So Schmaler Loom is going to bring the ball back in. Nice kick. Pass like at the back there is Crawley. Crawley, he can't take it. Handball from Morgan. Reimer picks it up. He's a good mover. Is Reimer. Good strength there. Handballs it wide. A hurry kick on the right boot. It's going to come full for Clayton. He comes out, takes it one end. He'll go one way, go another. Shows it both ways. Holding the ball. Good tackle there.
That was an interesting decision. He did actually try and... The players were saying he did try and play on with that free kick, but...
Yeah, I think he did. But you got to give him a little benefit of the doubt, though.
Yep.
Now, the free kick, it wasn't a clear-cut free kick, but the free kick was certainly there. Yes. It's quite reasonable that the players could have expected to be called play on. As Price there. Good use of the body. Back to Duval. Another handball, this time out to Price. Doesn't sit well there, so Vasey's going to pick it up as well. He's looking for a teammate to go to. Handball the back to Price. Nothing up ahead now, so he kicks it long, and that's why they had to use a few more handballs because Schmaler Looms was filling the hole. And when they had to kick it, he was there to take the relieving mark for Warners Bay.
Schmaler Looms and Krause have both been sitting in the hole a bit this quarter.
A nice kick out there as a siren has sounded. So at quarter time at Feehan Park, it's Warners Bay, the home side, 3-1-19, leading Nelson Bay 1-3-9.
Goal kickers for Warners Bay, Gary, Scott Bartlam, Matt Spinks and Jack Hardman have one each. And the solitary goal kicker for Nelson Bay is Aaron Clayton.
So a pretty even first quarter. Warners Bay have got a 10-point advantage, but we mentioned that they were kicking with the A of the wind. It'll be interesting to see what Nelson Bay can do in the second quarter with their turn with the wind. But we'll be back in a couple of minutes with that second quarter.
G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially Black Diamond AFL.
A massive thank you to all of their sponsors.
BLK, the major sponsor and official apparel supplier of Black Diamond AFL. BLK, beyond limits known.
Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment.
GE Industrial Solutions, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers for the past 50 years.
Wilson Security, Australia's largest and most innovative security provider.
Pullman Magenta Shores Resort, an exceptional 5-star resort set on 52 acres on the New South Wales Central Coast.
Prime 7, coverage includes 4 games every round on 7 Mate, including Friday and Saturday nights and Sunday afternoon.
Star 104.5, the home of Rabbit and Julie Goodwin, playing more music variety.
The Entertainment Grounds, one of the Central Coast's premier events locations.
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery, the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast.
And Subway Morisset. Subway, eat fresh.
And remember to tune in to our Brekkie Show 6 till 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.
Righto, welcome back to FM Park, and hadn't warmed up any. Gone for the jump up, and Isaac's gone for the gloves. Just went out there. Dave was out there at the Warners Bay huddle, and they're pretty impressed with their first quarter. Their commitment was pretty good, and they certainly finished the quarter off really good with those 3 goals in a row.
Yes, and now's the big challenge for them because they're going into the wind. Interested to see what tactics they use, Gary, whether they decide to try and control the tempo on the far pocket or actually play some attacking footy. You can see the scores there, Gary. Killarney Vale 17-13 to Cardiff 11-6, so 115 to 72 at Adelaide Street.
That's a final score as well. An early start at Adelaide Street Oval today. So congratulations. They're almost full-time there. So they're going to have their first win of the year. So congratulations to Scotty Reid and the Killarney Vale Bombers, and certainly a loss that'll be disappointment to Adam Dugan after their good form last week.
Yeah, that's a terrific performance, and I suspect that they might be very hard to beat at Adelaide Oval for the rest of the year. They'll build on that.
Joining us also now in commentary is Lucas Home. Lucas, welcome.
Hi, Gary. Always great to be here, mate.
Did you bring a late note?
Almost.
Anyway, we're back there. Reimer gets it to Batey, brushes one, braces two, holding the ball there as well. Good work, good pressure out of that centre. That's what Coach Marty Reimer was calling for. He wanted 25 minutes of concerted pressure. So Crowley goes back there and he finds Roach starting deep there now. He's going to run through centre wing, kicks it to the half-forward flank. Out there and coming out and taking a good mark there was Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald on the right boot. Looks Newburn's his target. Comes out there. Can't take the marking game. Number 250. Matty Spinks ran past him like Jimmy was standing still. Holding the ball there. Play on. Okay. Working hard for it in that forward line. Going to be a ball up. It's a good mover, Matty Spinks, Dave.
Very good mover. Gary, very interesting to note. Jake Roach is back at the 50-metre arc line, and he's alone and unattended. I reckon he'll be playing a sweeping role in this quarter.
Certainly will do. Once again, we mentioned Nelson Bayer kicking with the A of the Breeze. They're in the white shorts. Ball shoveled out there to Morgan. High tackle. It's going to go the way there. Morgan. Going to be a free kick there paid. Just renewing acquaintances. It's going to be Morgan plays on quickly, gets it out there to Bell. Even he wasn't expecting it. Handball, that's going to put Ericsson under all sorts of pressure. Not the best of a play there by Bell. So Deverell's now, he's going to win this. He's going to go back to Bartlam. They've done well, Warners Bay, but Bartlam not the best kick standing still. Wait going backwards. Only one result for that one. Dave, out of bounds on the full.
Out of bounds on the full. It was a pity after all that hard work had been done, but that's the way it goes. He just shanked it slightly.
They're going short there to Vasey from Morgan, sorry. Been a good start at Morgan for him. So Vasey. Going to look to go to the centre of the ground. But there's Stewart's going there, and Stewart should take the mark. Not sure who he was kicking that to. But Stewart.
Absolutely no idea, Gary.
So Stewart on the right boot goes out there to Spinks, comes out and takes it on the chest, then runs through centre half forward, kicks in the direction of Newburn. Out he comes there. Good pressure from Stewart. Comes back to Hardman. He roves out the back. Off the ground, has 2. Kicks it off the ground. Well done by Hardman. Well roved. And goal number 2 to Hardman.
Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider, delivering a wide range of services to a diverse range of customers. For all your security needs, call Wilson Security on 1300 Wilson.
Yeah, look, good roving that time by Hardman. Like any good small forward there, used his pace, got out the back of his opponent, had a bit of trouble picking the ball up, but managed to get his foot to the ball just before it went over the line. So, that's 4 goals on the trot there to Warners Bay. Certainly starting to get into their groove. Nelson Bay need to look to respond. Bit more better ball control required.
Yes, a classic Rovers goal, wasn't he? Read the pack, and yes, as you said, he didn't need to do much more, but just kicked it through off the ground. Well job, and he's now got 2 goals. Hardman, good performance.
So Bell in the ruck there with Crowley. Taps it down to Vasey. Now off it comes to Bellman. He sweeps it out wide, but misses Diwali's target. He's able to go backward immediately. Tackled by Gibbons. He's in trouble there as well. Just the handball there. Just hit the ground. Put him under all sorts of pressure. Rucks to battle again. Duval, third man up this time. Back there should be a free kick there. It's going to go the way of McKenna. So Luke McKenna. He's got Stewart running out wide from him. He's going to look more direct. Centre half forward his target. Hardman's his target. Going back there is Ericsson. Puts a hand up to spoil the ball. Ball is a deck there now. Warner with Morgan. Back to Spinks. He gets it. Could have slipped the handball off. There he goes round the left boot. On the boot is a Dassoon Howells. Oh, he's won it before. Is he going to win it again?
Unbelievable. That is the third time in 3 games that we have been covering Matt Spinks. He's kicked a great goal on his left foot, Gary. That is just superb football.
Yeah, it certainly was. Just hope we're going to see if we can get that one on replay for you. But that last game we actually had, we're just going to look at it now as he gets there. He will come over the back there. Tristan Warner can't quite take control of it. Try to force the ball out there. Spinks picked up. Probably could have handballed to Harbin there, but he goes back one way, goes back another, looking for some pork knuckle. Who Dasundhausen on that left boot. A bit of a wobbly kick off the boot. Not as good as the previous 2, but the result's the same. 5 goals on the trot, Warners Bay. Danger signs for Nelson Bay. Warners Bay back into attack again, and a mark taken there now by Fitzgerald. Newburn's on the lead. Goes a little bit shorter there, however, and the mark's taken that by Yule.
Sorry, Gary. I think that was Tristan Warner with a mark there, mate, I think.
Okay, thank you for that one. So Bellman.
Warners Bay are right on top at the moment, Gary. The momentum's completely changed in this game in 10 minutes.
Certainly has. He goes long there to Bell. Goes over the back. They've got numbers at 3 against 1 there. Boundary line's going to be in there. Nick Hickson's turn to be the boundary umpire over the other side.
They'll earn their wages today on that far side, as you said earlier on, Gary.
5 straight goals to Warners Bay. Have them leading by 22 points. They need an answer, Nelson Bay. Alex Coburn, the umpire, says, I'll have another ball up. Right on centre wing, far side of the ground. Bell taps a great tap there by Bell to Bellman, leading out there. Well done there by Clayton. The 2 against 1 against him. Price is on the lead. He's going to look to go longer than that. Price backs back with Crotty. Price is in the box seat to take the mark, and he does. Good work by Luke Price. Good kick by Aaron Clayton as well. Crotty was trying to make body contact with him. Price was able to shrug that off and takes a chest mark, and he should go back and kick a much-needed goal for Nelson Bay.
Absolutely critical that he hits this between the sticks. Great work by Clayton. Good long kick position, as you said. Crotty lost the body-on-body contact and pretty comfortable chest mark.
So Price kicked 10 goals a couple of weeks ago. That's the first of the day. That's good off the boot. And that's a much-needed goal for Nelson Bay. The first one for Price. And 6 minutes in the second quarter, the margin is reduced back to 16 points.
Pullman Magenta Shores Resort is an exceptional 5-star resort set on 52 acres on the New South Wales Central Coast. Nestled between the pristine waters of the Pacific Ocean, Tuggerah Lakes, and surrounded by National Park, this resort has been designed to complement its spectacular location. This luxurious resort by Accor Hotels has been designed to offer guests everything: impeccable service, amazing on-site facilities, sophisticated dining options, modern villa-style accommodation, and spectacular event spaces. Also proud BDAFL partner of the wonderful Run Against Violence program.
Yeah, so important goal for Nelson Bay. Important goal for Price. Gets him back into the game. Now goes the ruck there against Crawley. Crawley wins that one as well. This time is Jews. Been a bit quiet as well. Haven't called him too often. He's kicked there. It's going to go there and a mark taken there by Rocco on the right boot. Awkward kicking style, but free kick down the ground. It's going to go there. Free kick's going to go to Spinks at centre half forward.
Bit of a weight difference there. I think Rocco might have been a couple of divisions below his weight.
Good kick by Spinks. Harbin's going to be his target. 2 against 1. Oh, good mark by Jack Harbin. 2 against 1 again. Just sort of hung in the air that time and took a real strong mark. And he's already kicked 2. He's well in range to kick a third goal. They'll take a good kick. Very windy at the moment.
Speaking to our chief commentator being a full forward, Gary, talk us through where he's got to actually aim this with our perfect camera angle.
My biggest concern with this one, I reckon the ball could come back. I reckon if he kicks it in the wrong area, it could just do a U. Yeah.
I would think just inside the behind post is perhaps where you may start this.
It would be a really good kick to score. That's how the wind is at the moment. Kicks though, he punches it nice in there. He did score. The wind just took that. The wind would have taken that ball. Would have been probably 15 metres. Once it's lost its trajectory.
No question, Gary. Yeah. 15 metres at least.
So scoring is very difficult at the moment, especially at that end. Credit to the players we've got. We've had 7 goals kicked in 8 minutes into the second quarter. So good play there. Stewart goes in short. That's not going to find Bellman. Trouble here. Trouble there. Oh, he got for a high tackle or a bit over zealous. That time was McKenna because they had him there as a pretty average kick in actually from Dylan Stewart.
Danger.
If you're going to go short, you need to make sure of him, Dave.
Yes, you do.
Kick goes out wide, finds Duval. He then looks towards the centre of the ground. Target there is Vasey. Front there goes to Kraus. Free kick for over the shoulder. He plays on quickly. Hardman's going to be his target. Going up there against Yule. Hardman keeps his feet. Goes back one way. Then handballs it out. There it goes to give a handball over there. Top to Hardman again. He's kicked it. Oh, he sprays the way there. He's looking very dangerous, however. Very, very dangerous. Hardman, he's kicked it out of bounds on the full.
It's actually unusual to play a player that's actually not overly tall have such great spring and jumping ability. Gary, you can see why he's made so many academies and so forth. The young fella's got enormous potential.
Big tip to be drafted in coming years. He's still got a couple of years to go. He's only 16 years of age. Was picked in the representative side, had to withdraw after suffering a knock the week before the game we did here against Cardiff. So the ball's out of bounds now. Boundary throw in. Half forward flank. 80 metres around from Warners Bay's goal. Currently leading by 17 points. 5-2-32. 2-3-15. Almost 10 minutes gone. Second quarter. Turner taps it over there. He's going to fall for Molan. Right boot goes. A wobbly looking kick into the dangerous area, however. Tackling the ball really well there was Gibbons. He gets it, then handballs it back to McKenna. He wants to come back into traffic. Handballs back to Gibbons. Back it comes this time to Fitzgerald. Clean bowls to Vale. Allows Hardman in. You don't want to give him too many chances. And that's one too many chance, and he's kicked his third goal and sixth goal for Warners Bay.
Prime 7. In 2016, Prime 7 has every big game, live and free. Coverage includes 4 games every round on 7 Mate, including Friday and Saturday night and Sunday afternoons. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Yeah, just attack the ball then, Tim Duval, let the ball go through him. And, you know, Jack Hardman, he's been a live wire this quarter. Been everything. He had 4 shots on goal, kicked 2 goals.
Yes, Gary.
Missed one, kicked one out of bounds on the full. So danger signs there. They need to tighten up right on him.
No surprise in this win that Spinks and Hardman are causing the most damage. 2 players will close to the ground.
The ball spends a lot of time on the ground. There's Reimer in the ruck there now. Turner. Reimer picks it up. Tackle immediately. Reimer in the tap again. Taps it down to Bell. Gets it back to Scott Yule on the right boot, but Bartlam's there. Marks in front of Eddie. He's got Roach in the pocket if he needs him. Play on's a call, so he's going to go down and take the longer option to Gibbons. I think that might be too wide, however. Out of bounds on the full. Resulting free kick's going to go the way of Scott Yule.
You wonder whether that breeze is actually almost going straight across the ground or best part of it now. That ball just went sideways.
Still going towards the pocket, though. Nelson's Bay's end of the ground. They're packed there. Billy Barton now on the right boot. How's this going to bounce? Roach and Clayton. Clayton, if he picks up, he's always dangerous in these areas there. Keep going the ball. Roach has got his tunnel balls it through his legs. Barton picks it up. He wants to go onto his left boot. Kicked off the ground. Out there that time might have been Jews. And through for an A- score for Nelson Bay. Certainly very dangerous, Aaron Clayton, Dave.
Yes, he's very sharp today, isn't he? He's really his footwork's very good. He's moving and he's confident. He's confident with his hands as well. It's a good performance so far in a team that's down by almost 4 goals.
Yeah, you got Hardman at one end. He's going to have to do that same job, I would have thought, for Nelson Bay at the other. Good long kick in there. Schmale looms the target, falls to the ground where Crotty's going to pick it up. He fumbles it and gets a Deverell there who's able to get a hurry kick, but it's smothered off the boot. Reimer's picked it up, goes to ground. We'll have a ball up. Half-forward flank. Nelson's Bay's end of the ground. Interesting early. Killarney Vale had their first win of the year in the early game today, defeating Cardiff. So well done to the Bombers.
Which makes this game all the more important. It lets one of these 2 teams get 4 points closer to Cardiff. So very, very important game now for both the Marlins and the Doggies.
Trying to win today to Warners Bay really makes a real logjam there now for the Killarney Vale are on the board. Started the year with a lot of away games, Killarney Vale, so they've got a good number of home games still to come. As Crawley paid the free kick, he gets a spearing kick in there. Not for the first time today. Stewart puts a leg out to trap the ball, then goes to ground. Ben Grace picks it up. He's immediately tackled, however. The tackling's been very good today from the Bulldogs.
Yes, it has. I'm actually looking forward to going to Adelaide Street for the first time. In my case, can't wait to get there and get to a good football ground and have a good day at the footy there.
You just don't like commentating the outdoors, mate, obviously. As Bell handballed it back to Vasey.
Gary, I'm very happy commentating anywhere. I really enjoy. I love it. We were spoiled last week, but I'm very happy being at Fee and Park here today. Thank you.
For those who don't know, we're actually out in the outdoors today. Calling from the card table in front of you there, Dave. Like the good old days.
Yes, indeed. Got the computer. I got my mate here, Lucas, and I'm happy as a pig in muck, Gary. Enjoying myself.
Glad to hear it. Well, nothing much has changed to this game while Dave was telling about how happy he is to be here. But Ryman now, he's trying to force the ball forward. Nelson Bay could certainly do with a go, but Bartlett's picked up for Warners Bay. He gets a handball there. Immediately tackled again. Going to penalise him, is he? No. Darrell has a good look.
I thought that was the pause before their holding the ball decision was going to be given, to be quite honest with you.
It's going to be... Picking it up was Turner and Deverell. Just got a slight weight going on there. Ruckman do battle again. Down to comes to Reimer. Back to Vasey. Outside the bird. Over the Roach's head it goes. Barton picks it up. Goes one way. He actually did the dummy to nobody. Clayton keeps his feet. Then taps out the back to Jews. He's immediately tackled. He's free. Looks for a handball. Back to Barton. He'll get onto his left boot. Got a bit of a hook there. Going back there is Crotty. The wind takes that through for another behind. 2-5-17 Nelson Bay. 6-2. Sorry. You go, Dave. No, you go.
2-5. So I was just noticing then that that's errant shooting. That could cost them they're 21 points behind, but they need to take every opportunity, Gary.
They certainly do. 15 minutes gone, second quarter. Roach, ball just holds up in the breeze there. Can't take the mark. Nelson Bay comes down the back. Price picks it up. He's immediately tackled by Stewart. Tapped over the back there. Vasey's immediately tackled. Goes back to Ericsson. Joel Ericsson on the right boot. He goes. Swings it around. That's going to be out of bounds on the full, however. Or it's going to be Mark, actually. Sorry. Mark taken by Crotty. Then plays it immediately. Finds out there is Simon Rocco. Right boot he goes down the wing, and leading out there is Gibbons. He certainly didn't quite get down, so the ball ricochets off his boot. Should fall for Jews. Falls for the boundary line as well. And we'll have another boundary throw in half forward flank.
This suits Warners Bay over in that dead pocket, Gary. It's very hard to score from there, as you've pointed out many times today.
Crawley in the ruck there with Price. Vasey picks it up, draws the tackle. Ball hits the ground. A real rugby scrum at the moment. Going to have another ball up.
Dreamtime game tonight, Gary. Very exciting opportunity for Richmond and Essendon in front of 85,000. Should be great to watch.
Gee, they'll do well. They get 85,000. I think they'll be happy with 50,000. There's Deverell. He's tackled immediately. Handballs towards the boundary line. Going there. Well done. Great effort that time by McGuinness. The ball goes out of the line for a boundary throw. In their good days, mate, when they're both playing decent footy, 85,000. That's the record they've had between them. Just not sure the sides are going well enough at the moment to draw that number of people.
Fair call. I'll cop the one that's in. If maybe I'd like to see him get 60. It'd be great. It's such a special day.
It is, and a lot of local interest in the game before that, with Rob Schindler Taylor, a Warners Bay youngster, playing in the curtain raiser there for the Rio Tinto Footy Means Business. So a great opportunity for Rob, and we wish him all the best in that game. As a hurry kick comes forward from Nelson Bay again, another boundary throw in.
Yeah, look, fantastic opportunity for Rob. It's a shame he's not here today playing for Warners Bay, but opportunity of a lifetime playing the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Gary, we wish him well and wish everybody playing down there this afternoon, this evening, all the very best.
It's the same opportunity that Matty Pinks had about three years ago. He got selected in the same program, and he got to play at the MCG as well. So as Bell handball the back there, misses Ericsson though. The handballs just aren't quite hitting the target at the moment. As Ben Eddy picks it up, Reimer on the right boot. Goes in the direction of Clayton. If it sits, he'll go round to the right boot. Goes one way, ball. They want to get back on the left boot. Screws it around. Matty Spinks, anything you can do, I can do just as well. Great goal for Aaron Clayton, and certainly what the Marlins needed.
Great goal. Star 104.5 FM plays the music we all love and proudly supports the Black Diamond AFL. Great goal, Gary. Really skillful.
We're just going to have a look at this on replay. Sorry, Dave. Just have a look at this on the replay. Comes back there, good kick in from Reimer. He gets there, Clayton. They've got Crotty. Crotty gets him, goes one way. Thought he was going to swing around the right boot, but certainly snaps it on the left boot, and that's definitely a Das Hund House contender for sure. Great replay there, Isaac. Thank you very much for that, mate. And the margin, though, back to 15 points. 18 minutes gone, Dave.
Yes, Gary, the terrific performance. All set up by Reimer's direct low kick in there. Gave Clayton some time to work his magic.
Yeah, he's certainly very dangerous down there. And what do we do with Jake Roach still playing a loose man back there? I'm not sure that that's working too well for Warners Bay at the moment. I know it's all good and well to have a loose man back there as Krause intercepts a mark. I'm just not sure that by doing it you're not taking Jake Roach out of the play.
I'd like to see him perhaps at the following on the ball for a while, Gary. I agree with you. I think he needs to come up and get in the play.
So Ericsson marks on centre wing. Morgan makes the lead and he finds him in short. Although it goes over his head. It's going to be 2 against 1 there now. That's a free kick against Todd Krause. Free kick goes to Morgan. Alex Schmaler wasn't happy with the call, but it didn't go against him. But that's an interesting kick again. Open the field up. A risk reward is what he's going for there. Is Morgan. A good fall out of right. Deverell lays the tackle over. Goes out the back. Working hard, Nelson Bay. Also working hard also is Warners Bay, but Bellman's going to get the handball out, but he misses the target again. Grace, his handball missed the target. DeVale gets it back there, taken there by Cooper on debut. Playing like he's on debut as well. So Roach plays on Luke Roach, takes advantage of that, goes down there to Harmon, back Newburn, goes one way, swings around on the right boot, chips it over the top and finds Harmon. Clever play by Newburn. A goal there by Harmon, 4 goals, a quick turnover and a quick reply to Warners Bay.
How unselfish was that of Jimmy Newburn, just to chip that over the top, Gary? I thought that was a really, really smart play. It just dropped right into his hands and away we go, another goal.
Yeah, and they turned over in the centre of the ground there. We mentioned earlier about Cameron Cooper on debut for Nelson Bay, rugby league convert, and just some of the nuances there was just sort of caught him out, the natural instincts there.
He got rid of someone with a flick of his hip, but then he got tackled and didn't get rid of the ball. So, yes, you probably learned those rules very quickly, Gary.
Certainly will say now margin 21 points. 20 minutes gone, 21 minutes gone, not long to go till half-time. Nelson Bay would love another goal before half-time. I think 4 goals to 2. They've been outscored into the wind, kicking into the wind. Has Warners Bay. So Reimer, he's tackled by Rocco. The ball will go for a ball up. Price taps over his head, but go back to Rocco. A hurry kick coming forward over the head of Grace. Also with him is Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald keeps the ball in front of him. Play on to call. Harmon, who's kicked 4. Handball out to Crotty. Crotty on the right boot. The swings around. Newburn comes out. Takes it on the chest. Good centre clearance again. They're winning it out of the centre. And Jimmy Newburn's going to go back, have a shot at goal.
Gary, I think there's an important thing happening. Barton is wounded up here. He's been feeling a leg for a few minutes. Price has had to go under the ball, and that's affecting the clearances. Warners Bay starting to smash them in the centre.
Yeah, Crawley doing very good there as Newburn strikes the ball pretty well. He's kicked it. On to game number 250 for Jimmy Newburn. He gets himself on the scoreboard, provided the assist for the previous goal, gets on the board himself this time.
The Entertainment Grounds has quickly established itself as the premier events location on the Central Coast. The Entertainment Grounds is an indoor and outdoor multi-purpose community facility for functions, events, festivals, weddings, exhibitions, as well as horse racing.
Yeah, so good goal, back-to-back goals again. So they worked hard, Nelson Bay, to get one, and then they've come back with 2 once again in space for a couple of minutes. But the centre clearance is where it's all happening, Dave.
Absolutely. You pointed out a couple of minutes ago, Gary, they're really starting to dominate in the centre, and that's giving the forward line some champagne service.
So back in the middle of the play. Hardman's kick 4. The star up forward for Warners Bay. So Reimer in the ruck now against Crawley. Crawley wins it out. He's going to get another centre clearance, this time through Fitzgerald. On the left boot it goes, and Gibbons takes the mark. But a good target at half forward. He gets on the right boot. The target's going to be Newburn again. Out he comes up against Stewart. Newburn uses his bulk. Takes a strong mark. He's going to go back now and have a line up for goal number 2 in a minute.
Stewart can't afford to get body on body with him. He's just too big and too strong for him. Stewart needs to sit off him and come and not let Jimmy Newton use his bulk.
So just kick 1. He set one up, and he's kicked 1. He's going to look at 2 as Barton makes a move to the bench. That's not good news for the Marlin. Hold it up. Jimmy Newburn. He's kicked 2 for the quarter. Great finish. This one is Warners Bay to the second half, and the margin has quickly gone out to 33 points.
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. They are also proud supporters of the Black Diamond AFL.
Jimmy's had a purple patch. Jimmy Newman's had a purple patch in the last 5 minutes, set up a goal kick to himself. Warners Bay really putting the foot down here. They're up by 33 just before. That's a red time goal. They're the ones that hurt. I think we've spoken about that in previous weeks. Red time goals really hurt.
Well, that's 3 of them. That's 3 red time goals. 3 goals in time on. So it certainly turned the game around. They're in control. They certainly are now, but certainly Crawley's dominating the ruck. He's in the ruck. Jaden Ryman went up for the ruck that time. Comes out, they need a clearance. Lewis Jews there, tackled by Krause, holding the ball. They're on top in all facets at the moment of Warners Bay. And Krause kicks it up there. Coming out to meet, they're going to ground. Nothing falling right for Nelson Bay at the moment. So Harbin's going to get it. Again, gets a handball, brushes the tackle of Price. Rocco picks it up. He gets a handball to no one. High tackle there. It's going to go the way that time of Rocco. And they're going to have another inside 50. Chips it in short there. Coming out and meeting that is Goods ball. Coming that time by Harry Yule. Going to come back, butter up. He gets another kick. Ball in open spaces. Stewart against Stewart. Nathan against Lincoln gets it, goes to ground, but he gets the handball off to Bartlam, who's provided the support. His kick's a little Australian when he's looking for Gibbons. It's going to allow Vasey to pick it up. Vasey goes long there. Stewart goes back there and takes a mark. Good work by Lincoln Stewart. He'll go back there now to Schmalerloom's going to leave it up there for Scotty Yule. Over the head of both of them it goes. Schmalerloom able to get it back, gets a handball to Jake Roach. He'll swing around the left boot, uses the right. Goes towards centre wing. Gibbons can't take the mark. Over the back goes there. James Bellman's going to go in for Nelson Bay. He gets a handball back. It's going to enable Vasey. He's going to go long again. 1-on-1. Scotty Yule against Luke Roach. Up goes Yule. That's a good stretch and a good mark.
It was a very good grab. This is the hardest kick on the ground. I think now he's kicking into and across that wind. This is be very difficult. If he slots this, it'll be a great kick. Now it's after the siren.
Sure, he's got no option now. He's got to go back. He'll do very, very well to kick the goal from there. Comes in, strikes the ball, looks really good. That is a great finish by Scotty Yule. That's a great fill-up for Nelson Bay right on the siren before half-time. Gives them a little bit of confidence. And at half-time, it's going to be Warners Bay once again control that quarter. 9-2-56, leading Nelson Bay 4-5-29. So it's a 27-point margin at the long break.
And our goal kickers, Gary. Jimmy Newburn has 2. For Warners Bay. Jimmy Newburn has 2. Scott Bartlam 1. Matt Spix 2. And Jack Hardman's been a star with 4. Luke Price, Aaron Clayton, Scott Yule have goals for Nelson Bay, Gary, at half-time.
Yes, 6 goals to 3 that quarter by Warners Bay, and they're certainly controlling the game at the moment. Only through the centre clearances with Ben Crawley certainly on top. But Willie Barton has gone off with a leg injury, but even then Crawley was winning probably pretty well much there as well. But plenty of work to do for the Marlins in this game. But at half-time, Warners Bay 9-2-56, leading Nelson Bay 4-5-29. We'll be back in 5-10 minutes with the second half.
G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially Black Diamond AFL.
A massive thank you to all of their sponsors.
BLK, the major sponsor and official apparel supplier of Black Diamond AFL. BLK, beyond limits known.
Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment.
GE Industrial Solutions, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers for the past 50 years.
Wilson Security, Australia's largest and most innovative security provider.
Pullman Magenta Shores Resort, an exceptional 5-star resort set on 52 acres on the New South Wales Central Coast.
Prime 7, coverage includes 4 games every round on 7 Mate, including Friday and Saturday nights and Sunday afternoon.
Star 104.5, the home of Rabbit and Julie Goodwin, playing more music variety.
The Entertainment Grounds, one of the Central Coast's premier events locations.
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery, the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast.
And Subway Morisset. Subway, eat fresh.
And remember to tune into our Brekkie Show 6 till 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Okay, welcome back in the halftime break. I'll give you some round-the-ground scores, everybody. Into the women's competition first. Cardiff 3-6-24 have defeated Killarney Vale 1-2-8. Newcastle City on their merry way 17-13 1-1-5 to the Dockers 1 straight goal 6. Gosford 12-13 85 defeated Maitland 2-3-15. Wyong Lakes 17 goals 20 122 to Singleton 0. And in the game here at Feehan Park, in a hard-fought fixture, Nelson Bay remain undefeated 3-7 25 to Warners Bay 2 straight 12. Into second division, there is a late game that's just got underway at Adelaide Street Oval between Killarney Vale and the Muswellbrook Cats. In the other games, the entrance Baddo Bay 16-18 1-1-4 to Warners Bay 1 point. Newcastle City 14-17 101 to Terrigal-Avoca 0 goals 4 points. Gosford 14-13 97 to Maitland 9-7 61 and Singleton 15-14 104 to Wyong Lakes 5-3 33. Thank you, Gary. An update there from Adelaide Street Oval. Muswellbrook going very well, as you would expect, 9-4-58 to 1 straight 6, with a game that started at 3:15 this afternoon. Into First Division, Cardiff 13-9 87 defeated Killarney Vale 9-5 59. Warners Bay here at Feehan Park 8-12 60 to Nelson Bay 8 straight 48. Newcastle City 14-10 94 to Terrigal-Avoca 2-11 23. At three-quarter time, Maitland 10-9 69, leading Gosford 7-5 47. And three-quarter time at Rose Point Park in Singleton 14-7 91, Wyong Lakes 1-3-9. In first grade, superb performance by Killarney Vale, their first victory this year, 17-12 1-1-4 to Cardiff 11-6 72 at Adelaide Street Oval. Newcastle City at the end of the first quarter against Terrigal-Avoca. Newcastle City 5-2 32 to Terrigal-Avoca 3-1 19. And then here at Feehan Park, Warners Bay 9-2 56 to Nelson Bay 4-5 29. Be very interesting. Nelson Bay have got to come out of the blocks flying here. They've got to go and kick multiple goals very quickly to get themselves back in the game. They've got to use the breeze well and start to get the ball at clearances. Billy Barton being off the ground at the end of the second quarter was having a significant effect on the clearances. He's got a corky. Thank you, Gary. Thank you very much for that. So he's got a corked thigh and struggling. We mightn't see him again today. So looking forward to the second half. Warners Bay up by 27 points. And it's still very cool here. The breeze may have abated slightly, but not much. As we've explained to you during the day, it's going to the fast pocket. As you look at the screen, it's the left-hand light pole that the wind is going towards. Just about ready to go here for the start of the second half. And here is our chief commentator, Gary Birkinshaw.
Well done, Dave. Fantastic there. Great scores around there. Some predictable scores, some upsets there as well. Black Diamond AFL certainly a very, very competitive beast at the moment. So we're back in the centre of the ground. 27 points the margin. Nelson Bay need to get himself back in there. A couple of big injuries. But it's going to be Warners Bay through Josh Mullin. He's going to get the first tack there. Over the head it goes of Eddie. Newburn kicked it 2 late goals. Can't take it there as Stewart gets a relieving kick. Comes out there to Morgan. Started well in the first quarter. He's immediately tackled by Gibbons. Going to have not Gibbons, sorry. There it was by Rocco. They're going to have a ball up. What do they need to do, Dave? How do they need to get themselves back in this game?
Get first use of the ball. They have to start getting it at least even money in the clearances, and people like Reimer and Price need to step right up and at least give them a 50% share of the ball. If they continue to get beaten in the clearances, they're facing a long afternoon.
There's Price in the ruck there. Gets it back to Eddie. He's intercepted there. Holding the ball. Free kick goes that time against Mullen and goes... Oh, an underground kick at that time. Over from David Wood's been pretty quiet today as Wood. Can have a ball up. Let's need to control things. They don't have to get it all back in one quarter. We saw that with Cardiff and Warners Bay last time we've been here. In fact, Warners Bay led by 30 points at half time. So that'll give, no doubt, their coach, Sean McGrath, would have noticed that and remind his players of that.
That's exactly right. However, they do have what's left of the breeze. They really probably need to kick, say, 3 or 4 or 5, maybe 4 to 5 goals this quarter, Gary, to get themselves back in the contest.
Depends on how many Warners Bay kickers. Wood, handball back to Eddie. Handball there. It's just that second and third handball just hits the ground, and just any good movement they have is just the thwart. The Spinks puts his head over the ball. Oh, in the man, free kick there against Wood. It's going to go to Spinks.
Gary, with this breeze, is he close to being in range, or is it just too far for the little man?
Oh, good work there by Eddie. That is very, very good play. Excellent play by Chris Eddie. He saw Jake Roche looking to get the play there, so good play. Probably one of the few times we've seen that across the whole year. But Spinks will take his best, I would have thought. Close to the man on the mark. Kicks it up and under, allowing the wind to get it. Price punches it through. We always comment about that. Our clubs allow Jake Roche just to sweep around and get the easy handball. That time there, well done to Chris Eddie, or Ben Eddie, sorry, it was.
Intelligent and disciplined, wasn't it, Gary?
Yep.
Note to our people watching on television that the 10-metre rule doesn't apply in the BDAFL, so he was allowed to go within 5 metres of the guy taking the kick.
Yeah, and he was also there because he was also following
his man.
Following his man as well. So it's Bellman. Short kick there now between half-back. Kicks it to the half-back flank now. Good ball from the back there from Gibbons. Grace is going to rove the ball. Shows it one way, then another. Boundary line's out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. We've had a lot of boundary throwing, especially over in that particular area, actually, Dave. That's where the wind blows, right where we are there. Price does a backhand it down to Bellman.
Maybe 15 to 20 in the game so far in that particular pocket. Would 15 to 20 be an unreasonable amount of throw-ups so far?
Oh, no, probably at least. Bellman again gets a kick in there. Eddie goes in there, hip and shoulder from Moland. Luke McKenna. Got numbers back there. Bellman again. He sweeps it back to Reimer. He's got Chris Eddie loose in the centre. He goes a bit further than that, though. Good use the body. Well done there by Crotty. Outmarks Joel Erickson. He plays on. Goes long. Newburn out. He comes again. He's got 2. Takes the mark. In between 3 Nelson Bay defenders. And Newburn in game number 250 is going to go back and line up for goal number 3.
I have to question whether Dylan Stewart is the man to mark Newburn. I've got a funny feeling if the ball keeps on coming like that, Newburn's too big for him, and I think that Stewart should probably be on a smaller player.
So Newburn strikes the ball off the boot, likes it straight away. 3 goals to Newburn. I think that's 3 in a row, Dave.
Sorry, Gary. I think that is, 3 in a row to Newburn. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner. Trading hours 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Support local businesses. Subway, eat fresh.
Yes, it's 3 goals in a row there. I think they've made the change now. Stewart's moved off, and going back there is Ryan Cooper, sorry.
Ryan Cooper, yes,
Ryan
that's
Cooper
right.
has gone back onto him.
I think that's a smarter move, Gary, and you're right. Yeah, Newburn's kicked 3 in a row, which is a very good performance.
So Price taps down. They get a kick out there. Is Louis Jews going with him there? Is Rocco. Puts on the ground, holding the ball. Good decision, Alex Coburn. He gets the play on quickly with the advantage. He's got Deverell running. Corey running with him. He chips it a little bit further there, and it's going to be Gibbons. Takes the mark. So Gibbons. Certainly been a great target for the Bulldogs today. He goes there in the Hardman direction. Speaking of targets, there's been another one at Hardman. Gibbons, Hardman, Newburn have certainly dominated the airways down there up forward, and Hardman's kick 4. He's going to go back and line up for goal number 5, and we're only 4 minutes into the third quarter.
He's got great springs and terrific above his head for a smaller player, Gary. Really, really solid overhead. You were talking earlier on, Gary, just before he takes his kick, about the opportunities that the young fella may have of being drafted. I can see him being really heavily scouted as a attacking forward type option.
Yeah. So Hardman, kick 4. He's just pulled that to the left. So we just going to have a look at that mark again from Hardman. Very, very strong mark. As it's just coming in there now. Good play by Marlon, gets it in. By Gibbons. Then he's going to go back and it was a good, strong mark by Hardman. But it's going to be Stewart now. Goes there, kicks, goes in short to Rocco. Handballs it off, it comes to Dean Crotty. Another kick to the danger area. Stewart's running over the back there. That's Lincoln Stewart. Newburn puts up one hand. They're able to clear it out for Price. Over the head of Clayton. And out of bounds for a boundary throw in. There is Reimer. Goes down to Bellman. Then Clayton up further up the ground now. Eddie. Pressure again. Going to be out of bounds on the full. The free kick's going to go the way of...
Has the boundary umpire called that touched?
As Clayton's just on the ground. Just decide whether it's going to be out of bounds or a boundary throw in. They seem to be targeting Josh Molan. Seems to be the...
He's the protagonist,
the interest of the Nelson Bay.
There it was coming.
Going to be a free kick. It's going to go there. Free kick's been awarded there. It's going to go to Marlon. And Marlon, between wing and half forward, he goes to the top of the centre half forward there. Reimer, good leap over there. Can't quite take the mark. There is Clayton struggling to come back into play. And Louis Juice gets a left boot. Schmaler Looms is going to go back for Warners Bay. The only player that side of the centre square. Good pressure coming there by Ewell. Going to be a free kick for holding the man.
Clayton's really struggling over here.
He's struggling there, yeah.
He's struggling.
Scotty Ewell. I'll let you keep an eye on him. Keep action there as Ewell. Kicks out where he finds a target there in Price.
The forward options for Nelson Bay should be gathering in at about 10 to 15, right on the point of the goal square here. That's where the ball's going to drop. There's no way he can get the distance from there into this wind.
Back himself. He's going to kick from 50. Nice strike off the boot. Right on the line. You know your stuff there, Dave. See what you said, he wasn't going to make it. Probably a metre though. Probably not 10 to 15, but it's a nice kick by Price. We're going to have a ball up right in the goal square. Nelson Bay into the ground. They need a goal. 35 points the margin at the moment. Reimer taps out the back, but only goes as far as Luke Roach. Ball bounces just in front of Bartlam. Bellman goes there. Snap at goal. Under pressure. Out of bounds. Boundary throw in. Right alongside the behind post.
Reasonably quiet start to this quarter, Gary. Only one goal, and we're 9-10 minutes into the quarter.
Throw in there. Ruckman do battle. Back there to Jews. Reimer's in there as well. Plenty of bodies around the ball. We'll have another ball up. Forward pocket. 15 metres out from the Nelson Bay goal. Reimer can't take control of it. Puts his head over the ball. Once again, plenty of bodies around the ball. Another ball up. Probably 10 metres further out from goal. Reimer taps there. Tries to get clear. On the left boot from Price. Near the boundary line. Going to be a boundary throw in. Right alongside the behind post. Just can't get that clear possession. They need to get a good clear shot on goal. This one out the back. Bellman goes to ground under pressure. Be another ball up. Not the prettiest football at the moment.
No, it's a... what did you call it on? A moving scrum. It's close to that right now. 20 players around the ball.
Crawley, that's one that gets out of Spinks. Warners Bay are out here now. On the left boot he goes. Kicks along the ground there. Scott Ewells can't take control of it. He does a tap there to Ben Graves. Allows Ben Graves to get it. He handballs it back. It comes to Eddie. Eddie on the right boot. Kicks it around there. Touch ball off the boots to call. Luke Bell gets it. Looks for a sweeping handball to no one in particular. Should fall for David Wood, however. He doesn't. He goes further out there. They've gone from one side to the other. Morgan, he's going to want to get back onto his right boot. So he handballs back in ground, but far too often those handballs have hit the ground today. 1-2. Back it comes to Cooper now. He handballs it off to Duval. Duval on the right boot. Goes in forward. Who's the target? Stewart's there. And going back and Link Stewart takes a strong mark for Warners Bay.
He is a good, dependable backman, isn't he, Link Stewart? He really is.
He chips it short there to Roach. That's Jake Roach.
I must agree with you from earlier on. I think Jake Roach really doesn't need to be sitting back as in a sweeping role, Gary. I think he should be on the ball.
That's a very, very good hands there by Sam Gibbons. That was a wobbly kick from Roach, not one of his normal ones, but Gibbons, the one grab. He goes in the next to Marlon now. And the free kick to Crotty, not Marlon. Sorry, that was Crotty. And Dean Crotty gets the free kick there inside the centre square. Where's his target's going to be? Newburn's going to be his target. He's a bit lucky there, was Eddie. So Newburn along with Stewart again. Good use of the body. Well done by Stewart, who spoiled him there. Handball back from Eddie. Back it comes there to Price. Back there to David Wood. His little short kick should be marked by Morgan. He can't hit below his knees though. Ball goes to ground there. Allows Warner to come in. He gets the handball to Gibbons on the right boot. He goes snap around towards the goal. But ball's going to roll over the line, out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Well caught in there. Ben Eddy, this time, Luke Roach was close to the ball, but he actually wasn't next to his man. He could have been pinged for encroaching. He was very lucky.
Probably should have been impinged for encroaching. So Spinks short man could get raised that much better there. Well done by Spinks. Right. They're asleep there, the Nelson Bay defenders. A short boundary thrown into the wind allowed Spinks to run in, and he's kicked goal number 3.
BLK is the major sponsor of the Black Diamond AFL, as well as being the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, the Gold Coast Suns and the Brisbane Lions. BLK, beyond limits known, and GWS and Adelaide in a big fixture at the Adelaide Oval this evening, Gary.
Certainly is. We just have a quick look there at that throw, and they're just a short throw in there directly into the wind, and it was always going to be short, but Matty Spinks, ever the opportunist, gets his goal. That's goal number 3.
Just goes to show what happens when you have a slight lapse in concentration at this level of footy. You get pounded for it.
Yep, that's in any type of footy. Need to be alert all the time, especially in the defensive end. As Crawley again, just absolutely dominating the rucks. Goes to Marlon. He then goes to the ground to the tackle there. Crawley gets it there. Battle with Billman. And they're going to have another ball up.
Crawley's in superb form for Warners Bay. He's just about one of the best tap ruckmen in the league.
Vasey's tackle there. Good strength there. Gets a handball back to Duval. He's under pressure from Turner, but Duval keeps going. Gets a good handball to Bellman. A hurry kick comes forward if it sits there for Scotty Ewell. 3 against 1, 4 against 1, 5 against 1 actually against him, but he's done very well, Scotty Ewell. Really good. Gets a handball there, but just the weighted numbers eventually. Stewart then handballs it to Krause. Going there. Good work by Jews. It's a bit more physical today, Warners Bay. Certainly, I think the physicality is worrying Nelson Bay.
Absolutely, they've been more physical, and there's some. We've discussed it before. They've got some big-bodied players, and they are putting a lot of hurtful, illegal hip and shoulders on them.
As Jaden Reimer, he goes in short, looks for a pass there. Bell's his target, but they've got 2 down there. Jake Roach gets, but Bell roves the ball. Then handballs it in there looking for Bellman. He gets one way, then he'll handball over the top. Good handball by Bellman. Good work all around as Eddie comes in and kicks a goal. Great goal that time. That one was Ben Eddy who kicked that one, and good play down there by Luke Bell. Also by Bellman, and they're able to get the handball over to Eddy, and a good finish and a much-needed goal to Nelson Bay.
Located on picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. For all the latest news and promotions, visit 16s.com.au or find us on Facebook. The Belmont 16 Footers, the home of the Black Diamond AFL.
Yeah, and a much-needed goal. We mentioned that there from Nelson Bay. We just talk about the physicality and everything like that. It was only we only have to go back. When was it? 7th of May, so 3 weeks ago, when they actually met at Nelson Bay, these two sides. It was the Marlins who actually won by 118 points. So Warners Bay certainly have taken stock of that, taken that personally, and they've come out much more physical and certainly really looking to avenge that loss as Bartlam. He runs the handball after a good passage there, gets in the direction there of Crotty, out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
While there's a stoppage there, Gary, that game at Nelson Bay against these two teams, I think Nelson Bay kicked something like 17 unanswered goals, and Coach Ryman was very not happy with that performance and asked a lot of his players during the week of training. So we're seeing that now, I think.
Yeah, and that's what it is. We've seen this year, especially the Black Diamond Cup, we've seen some real remarkable turnarounds in performances, and Nelson Bay have been on the end of those, both positive and negative, I suppose you could say, Dave.
Yes, they have. they're a totally different side at Dick Bell Oval than when they travel. This year, just the way it's been, they've been far more competitive at home, and they're struggling away. And again today, they're 6 goals down now, 6 goals down, 3/4 of the way through the third quarter.
Yeah, a lot of work to do. As Bellman, he's been one of their best. Good work by Jake Roach. Takes a mark in front of Nathan Stewart. So Jake Roach into the dangerous area again. Newburn's a target. Up high was Price. Can't take the mark there. Vase is at the front of it. He gets a quick handball. Comes in there to Reimer. He puts his head over the ball. Eddie's there, but a quick handball comes out to Turner. Kicks there, but they've got numbers back there, and this is Duval. So Tim Duval in the back pocket. Hasn't got anything to kick to. Ericsson's going to be his target, who's made a lead for him. He's going to go up there. Roach. He comes over the top there. Made a good comment. Comes back to Roach now. He gets on the goal. Long bomb. Hardman's the target down there, and he's taken it. Good mark by Hardman.
Great
good
delivery.
Work. Great kick by Roach. He went and took the mark, kept his feet, then kicked it right into the top of the square. Just the wind just carried it, and Hardman now is going to go back. He's kicked 5. We kicked 4. Sorry, he missed one earlier on. He's going to go back for goal number 5.
I'll ask you a question after this kick, if you don't mind.
He comes around, he kicks goal number 5 to Hardman. And a quick reply with the Warner's Bay to the goal that was kicked there by Eddie. And the margin has slipped back out to 39 points.
Gary,
41 points, sorry.
Sorry, Gary, having not seen Isaac Henny at the same age, at this age, can you compare Jack Hardman and Isaac Henny for their ability and potential?
Oh, look, I think at this age, Isaac Heaney was a much better player. Like Jack, very different player. At this age, Isaac Heaney was playing through the middle, and he was actually dominating play through the midfield. Okay. But in saying that, though, at this age, Isaac's also probably played an extra year of senior footy, so he'd be probably playing 20 games. Jack Hardman, we've got to keep in mind, he's 16 years of age and played 4 or 5 games of senior footy, so he's certainly making a great impact. But if you had to pick who was better at this age, you'd say Isaac was. But certainly Jack Hardman is certainly making a great name for himself as it is right now. And as I said, many experts tip good experts better than me say that he's a big chance to be drafted.
Look, thank you for that. I mean, only being a newbie to the league, I think it's a question that needs to be asked. And when you see Hardman performing like this, you wonder what his upside is.
There's Deverell, Warner's Bay, going to go in there again on the left boot. Comes to Crotty, goes one way, gets around Eddie, also then gets around Jews. Good pressure there, and out of bounds. A boundary throw in. As David Wood gets it, handball sweeps it back to Bellman at the feet there. Good work going there hard in front of Bellman again. Going to be a ball up.
Just a quick change here for Warner's Bay, Gary. I think looks like Luke McKenna might be. Oh no, McKenna's not going. It is Ruckman gone in. I was just listening to Coach Ryman, and he was saying McKenna might go into the ruck, but that's obviously not the case.
Lucky everything's going the way of Warner's Bay at the moment. Rush kick by Roach has found McKenna. So Luke McKenna on the right boot goes. Here, Hardman's his target. He's got 5. Up he goes again. I tell you what, that is a great pair of hands.
This is the impressive thing for me, is that a player who's, let's call it 5'8", 5'9", is so good above his head, and he's got great springs. That's where I can see clubs who've got a dearth of small forwards, and particularly speed, like Fremantle and other people, they've got to start scouting him in the next couple of years if he continues on at this level, Gary.
That's right. I said we compared to him. That wasn't taking anything away from Jack Hardman. When we're comparing those two, Jack Hardman's a very, very good player in his own right. So he's 5 games into a senior career, and he's kicked 5. He's certainly been a standout performer today. Right boot strikes it. That looks good off the boot. That is goal number 6.
Gary, I was really happy to listen to you at length there about talking about where Isaac is and where Jack's at. You watch Isaac Henny playing now, and you can see, and that's the best thing about, for me, is watching Isaac play, is that he comes from this part of the world. He's a junior here, and he's developed through here, and that's exciting for everybody. And when you see talent like this in front of you at 16, you do start to think of opportunities for him if he keeps his head level and keeps working hard, gets his core fitness to a level that today and that's required. You can see that the kid's got a lot of opportunity. Will have a lot of opportunities. Let's just hope he gets picked for New South Wales in the next couple of years and goes through all the development squads. But he does have a lot of potential. And as I said, it's great to listen to you talk about the comparison of someone that's seen both Isaac and Jack over a long period of time.
The beauty in relation is just comparing both is with Isaac and Jack. The both thing about them is they're actually born and bred in this area. They're actually learnt their football coming up through the junior ranks through here in Newcastle. This one, Jack at Warners Bay, and Isaac obviously at Cardiff. So whilst they've been in the academy now and they've been through the New South Wales AFL development program, they actually learnt their football through a lot of good coaches at junior level. So it's very important that we don't get carried away about the coaching they're getting now, which is certainly also very influential in progressing further. But they learnt their football playing under local coaches in the junior system here. So full credit to both Cardiff and also Warners Bay.
It really is. It's extremely exciting, and it gives a lot of people hope and opportunity. And they think, well, I can come from here, live here, be in this part of the world, and the coaching and development I get here is going to give me an opportunity. I think that's great for it's a fabulous advertisement for football in this part of the world.
Kick comes out, it goes to Vasey. He's going to be tackled. He's under pressure there again, holding the ball.
Good tackle there.
Yeah, just that pressure. They're just forcing errors and skill errors from Nelson Bay. Bring him undone at the moment. Let's go with the free kick's going to go to McKenna. Certainly, Jack may be only 16 years of age, but he's certainly very smart there with 6 goals on the board. And there's a free kick for holding the ball, and you're one of those ones around about the tackle. You grab the ball and go back, but Darryl Luck, he's been around a bit longer than that as well.
Don't think you're going to pull the wool over Darryl's eyes. I think he's seen that done many times in his career, Gary.
So he's called Luke McKenna. Strikes the ball. Just going to miss it to the narrow side. So at the moment, we're looking at a 48-point advantage. Warners Bay 13-5-83. Nelson Bay 5-5-35. 22 minutes gone in the third quarter. Ben Grace brings the ball back into play for Nelson Bay. Reimer flies high, can't take the mark. Woodley overruns there again. Allows Harbin coming there. Goes one way, goes another again. Handballs off to Spinks, a fellow live wire. Also been very good. Bellman, you could argue, has probably been one of Nelson Bay's best today. But his short kick's taken by Roach. He'll then go out the attacking flank, and he gets there, and he should find out there is Tristan Warner. And Warner, he's going to go back. Now he's been told to go back and have a shot for goal. He's going to be kicking. He should be able to make the distance.
Yes, you would think so. Left side, just inside the left goal post, I reckon. He's almost kicking downwind, Gary.
Yeah, probably nearly aimed this straight, I reckon. No. He has aimed straight. Hasn't quite got the distance, has he? Up they go, right on the top of the square. Who's raving that? Is Deverell Court. Just gets smothered off the boot. Held up there. Going to be a ball up inside the goal square. Warners Bay's end of the ground. Comes to ground. Gibbons gets that. It comes off the boot there. Quick snap at goal. Out of bounds. Hits the behind post. So we're going to have a boundary throw in.
I was wondering if the light's going to come on. So that's a good move.
All on right
quite
now.
Dim.
Reimer goes over the back there. Just Woodley. Goes to Eddie. Eddie on the left boot. Wood there against Rocco. A good one-on-one battle. Boundary line is too close. So we'll have another boundary throw in.
It's interesting some of the structural changes that Marty Ryman's sprung today. Although Dean Crotty's now gone back to the sweeping position, Crotty spent quite a bit of time in the half-forward line. Jake Roach just spent time it's experience in the back line as well, so it's interesting.
So the siren has just sounded for three-quarter time at Fan Park, and a 4-goal-to-1 third quarter has certainly Warners Bay in control of this game. 13-5-83, leading Nelson Bay 5-5-35.
Jack Hardman has 6 goals for Warners Bay, triples to Matt Spinks and Jimmy Newburn, and Scott Bartlam has a single. For Nelson Bay, Aaron Clayton, before he went off injured, had 2 goals. Ben Eddy 1, Scott Yule 1, and Luke Price 1. Gary?
Yeah, thanks for that, Dave. So, look, they're in control at the moment, Warners Bay. Nelson Bay really struggling to find an avenue out of the centre. Actually, just hard to find a winner for Nelson Bay on the day. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes for the final quarter with a three-quarter time. Warners Bay leading by 48 points.
G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially Black Diamond AFL.
A massive thank you to all of their sponsors.
BLK, the major sponsor and official apparel supplier of Black Diamond AFL. BLK, beyond limits known.
Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment.
GE Industrial Solutions, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers for the past 50 years.
Wilson Security, Australia's largest and most innovative security provider.
Pullman Magenta Shores Resort, an exceptional 5-star resort set on 52 acres on the New South Wales Central Coast.
Prime 7 coverage includes 4 games every round on 7 Mate, including Friday and Saturday nights and Sunday afternoon.
Star 104.5, the home of Rabbit and Julie Goodwin, playing more music variety.
The Entertainment Grounds, one of the Central Coast's premier events locations.
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery, the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast.
And Subway Morisset. Subway, eat fresh.
And remember to tune in to our Brekkie Show 6 till 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.
Okay, just a couple of updated scores for you. As we discussed earlier, Killarney Vale in Black Diamond Cup have defeated Cardiff 17-12, 1-1-4 to Cardiff 11-6, 72. Here at Feehan Park, Warners Bay 13-5 to Nelson Bay 5-5. At half-time, looks like it's a great game of football at Newcastle #1 Sports Ground. Terrigal Avoca in front at half-time, 7-2, 44 to 6-3, 39. I can update you there. Newcastle City have kicked the first goal, so they're leading by 1 point into the third quarter. In second division, the late game at Adelaide Street, Musselbrook 7-3, 45 to Killarney Vale 1 straight. In first division, late finishing games there, Gosford and Maitland have had an absolute cracker at Adcock Park. Maitland up by 2 points at the end of the game. Maitland 12-10, Gosford 12-8. Terrific win to Maitland there. And Singleton have continued on in their just impressive, in fantastic form, 17-13, 1-1-5 to 1-4-10 in first division. That has you up to date with all the scores as we're set to go on what will be a very chilly last quarter here at Feehan Park, and heading over to our chief commentator, Gary Birkinshaw.
Thanks very much for that, Dave. Yes, certainly a lot of work to be done by Nelson Bay. 48 points down. They will be kicking with the aid of the Brews, although in that second quarter, Warners Bay show they were capable of kicking goals to the right of screen. Coach Sean McGrath very critical of his side's defensive work rate, ability to man up. He wants a better effort from here, and we're going to start last quarter. Price in the ruck. Crawley jumps over the top of him. Reimer picks it up and gets a handball to Vasey. Vasey's tackled but able to get a right kick, so they're going to go forward, but Bartlam's going to lead the way. He overruns it though, but backing up Ishmael Looms. You'll there gets a handball out. Jews runs the ball. Gets a hip and shoulder there from Krause. And picking up that was Reimer. We're going to be tackled.
Todd Krause has just had a couple of those today.
Need early goals, Nelson Bay, to give themselves any chance at all. Spinks over, runs the ball. A handball to Hit and Hope handball from Nath Vasey then. Bellman going as argued. Bellman would nearly be Nelson Bay's best player today. There'll be another ball up.
Bellman and Clayton before he went off as well, I think. But yeah, over the game, Bellman has been their best. Gary, I will agree with you.
I reckon the temperature's dropped about 5 degrees here now. As Reimer, I don't think he had 5 degrees to drop just quietly as Scotty Ewell goes back, plays on, gets a kick at ball. How's this going to bounce? Is this what the Marlins needed? A goal to Scotty Ewell. A goal with inside the first minute and a half to Nelson Bay.
GE Industrial Solutions have been partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the past 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Also a very proud sponsor of the BDAFL women's competition.
Yeah, it was good news. Also, I should have mentioned as well as Aaron Clayton is back on the ground after taking that knock in the previous quarters in the goal square. But I think Liam Fitzgerald for Warners Bay, he's got his arm in a sling at the moment, so he'll be out of play. He went off in the second quarter. So a good, quick goal there by Scotty Ewell. Gives him a glimmer of hope. It's 42 points.
Just further to Liam Fitzgerald, just quickly, Gary just spoke to the Warners Bay bench. They think it may be an AC joint, so that's no good for Liam and the Bulldogs.
As Crawley wins the tap to Vasey, handballs it. Quick handball to Bellman. Out come to Duval, the skipper. He's trying to lead from the front. He gets it. Goes one way, getting handballed off to Jews. He keeps moving it forward. They get it inside 50. Schmaler Looms goes to ground there under pressure from Jews. Turner has his feet there. Schmaler gets it. Schmaler Looms gets up and picks it up. We're going to have a ball up on the forward 50. The lights are on here at Phelan Park. As Jews taps it back there. Out in the open, Bellman gets it again. Gets a handball. Good run come from Duval. Gets it back to David Wood. On the left boot he goes. He should find over the head of Ewell, unfortunately. Sits up there for Link Stewart. Eddie handballs out to Clayton. He'll go one way. He'll get back on the right boot. He snapped it around. He has back-to-back goals to the Marlins. Just chipping away at it. Just what their coach asked them, or their captain in particular, was Tim Duval. He said we need to throw caution to the wind. They've done that. And within the first 3 minutes of the quarter, the margin's now back to 36 points.
Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider, delivering a wide range of services to a diverse range of customers. For all your security needs, call Wilson Security on 1300 Wilson.
So 3 goals now to Aaron Clayton. You mentioned earlier he's been certainly their most dangerous forward. They just greater work rate around the ball. That's been the big difference in the first 3 minutes. But they need to keep doing it. They still 6 goals down. A lot of work still to be done, but a lot of time still to go in this game as Jake Roach gets a kick out of the centre square. So centre clearance for Warners Bay. Spinks in front of Grace. He gets it, brushes the tackle. Dylan Stewart's got it now. He was moved on to Jack Harbin at 3/4 time. His kick can't be taken there by Louis Jews, and the ball will go out of bounds. Boundary throw in, centre wing.
That's a good matchup for Hardman, actually. Stewart's got a good speed and he's the right size. It'll be interesting to see how they go.
Schmaler Looms sees the ball out of bounds. Have another repeat throw in there from boundary umpire Nick Higson.
As Luke Roach switches with Crotty's gone back to the back pocket and Luke Roach has gone forward. And he's alone and unattended at the moment.
Kick over the head there. Spinks against Ben Grace. Spinks should have the pace advantage there. It's going to be out of bounds. Another boundary throw in. They've progressed the ball 45 metres around. 60 metres now from Warners Bay goal. They're in control of the game at the moment. Leading by 36 points, although Nelson Bay have kicked the first 2 goals of the final quarter. We've been playing almost 5 minutes. As Crawley wins a tap down. Out it comes there now. It's going to go to Vasey. On the right boot, goes to centre forward. Scotty Ewell's going to be his target. Holding on there was not paid. Play on the call. Krause picks it up. Gets a handball back. It comes to Schmaler Looms. Tackled as he gets kicked. It's going to fall fortunately there for Roach. Jake Roach. He then kicks the ball up and under. Marlon comes out. Tries to take the mark. Under pressure from Price. The ball hits the ground. They got out again to David Wood. Out comes to Bellman. Bellman's handball hits the ground. That's been happened far too often today for Nelson Bay. Kick there from Roach around the body. Finds Duval in a step there, though. Under pressure from Spinks into a danger. Luke Roach is going to get it. He's tackled by Reimer, but he's able to get a handball back. Nick Turner's got it now. A hurry kick. Harbin's there. Also Newburn. The ball bounces. Aubrey Newburn's got it. He goes one way, goes another, then handballs it out there. They've got numbers. High tackle there goes to Eddie. Not paid that time. There's a snap around the body by Turner. How's this going to bounce it? Has a screw around it. Snaps, just goes to the left. I think it is, might be Chris Eddie's still down. I think you got, just got a high tackle.
Is the free kick been paid forward, or what's he doing?
No, he was just checking, I think, on his welfare. Okay. Right. So Dylan Stewart. Go out there. Scotty Yule's been a target. Luke Roach is there, also going up as Erickson. No one's able to get a hand on it. Bartlett applies body contact to Yule and then goes back and wins the ball. Ball goes to the ground. Jews gets it. Ball's going to go back for a free kick. Oh, he's called advantage there.
It was an interesting one because he sort of waited and let the ball go down the line. It was an interesting one.
It was a good play by Joey O'Brien because he actually was going to call it back and he saw that Luke Bell should have took the chest mark. So the advantage was there. Was a skill error there that took away the advantage. Morgan gets his immediately tackled. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Boundary throw, and their tackling's been very good today, Warners Bay. Not too many easy possessions for Nelson Bay today.
Very few, Gary, very few.
Price. He's immediately tackled that by Molan. Kick from Wood. He's certainly been much better in the second half, David Wood. You can have another ball up.
Gary, I think when we did the triple header at number 1 Oval, you made a point on air and you said players would much rather play with rain than they would with wind, and it makes it very difficult with the skill level. That's certainly happened today. I think once again, I think your words are prophetic.
As Price then gets it, goes back the other way there now as it goes to Erickson on the right boot. He goes long. Clayton's going to look for the fly. Crotty had the front position. Bell ran into the front on contact there. No, there it's another good contact there from Vasey against Schmaler Looms. Clayton's also there. Crotty's a bit slow to get up in back play.
I think it's his left leg of some kind, maybe left knee, left ankle.
Be a corky, I reckon, if I'm a doctor, which I'm not, by the way.
Thank you, Dr. Burkett.
Just in case you're mistaken. It's Crawley again, just goes over. Here comes that Reimer. They're going to go into attack again. Not his best kick, however. He's wasted that one. It's out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Also coming at time with Luke Bell. I think it was those two were actually in the contest, I think. So here's another corky. Yeah. Not a happy man anyway.
No, he's struggling. There's a bit of edge to this game, Gary. There's been so much work being done in and around the ball that there's the players have certainly renewed their acquaintances quite often today.
Certainly have.
Interesting that we're now almost 9 minutes into the third, and Warners Bay actually haven't kicked a goal.
As that's out of bounds on the full. As a gust of wind just comes straight through. I think it went straight through me, Dave.
Yeah, it's the football's gone on to halfway onto the other ground, Gary. So it certainly hasn't abated in the last 15 or 20 minutes, and it is not the warmest of days, Gary.
No, we've been blessed. So the first 8 rounds have been played in beautiful conditions.
Well, exactly, and in fact, even in Wagga last week, which is a much cooler place than us in winter, it was actually reasonable. It wasn't too bad.
Kick goes in there, though. Uncontested mark by Todd Krause. Disappointed with that would be the Nelson Bay coach. So Krause, one-step kick there. Going to allow, this time picking up is Vasey. Back to Erickson. Good tackle by Krause. Dispossessed the ball. Picked up that time by Molan. He's also tackled. Ball dispossessor. Working hard there. Going hard. The ball. High tackle, is it? No. Going to be another ball up. 37 points the margin. 10 minutes gone. Final quarter. It's been a very physical affair. Crawley's been dominant in the ruck today. Nelson Bay ruckman Billy Barton suffered a cork thigh early in the game. Has been out of play. He's been off the ground since just before half time. Probably been out of the play for a quarter before that as well. Injury occurring in the first quarter. Ben Crawley has certainly dominated these ruck contests. He wins it again, giving his midfielders an armchair ride.
Gary, that's 2 games that we've broadcast with Warners Bay being playing where the opposition ruckman has gone out of the game reasonably early. I think Brendan Harper did an unfortunate knee injury at number 1, and then Billy Barton today, and it does give Crawley the opportunity to dominate, doesn't it?
He can only ruck against the blokes he's there up against, and he's certainly standing tall. Been very influential. He was very influential in that win. He's certainly very influential in what looks like being another Bulldogs win today. As Reimer, he's never stopped trying. Ball's dispossessed there. McKenna went to have a kick, but he was also dispossessed. Both sides tackling. It's been first rate. Warners Bay, though, I reckon their physicality has certainly got them over the top today, however. It's Price, another tap there. A bit of a scrummage over there. We're going to have another ball up. Umpires have done a very good job today, Dave.
Yes, Gary.
Umpires Luck, Coburn and O'Brien.
Haven't noticed them very much. That means you're doing their job. They've kept it under control. Most impressed with the standard of umpiring. I really am.
Especially with the number of scrimmages and that they've been. And after being down in Wagga last week and seeing the officiating down there, we are very lucky with the umpiring group that we have, not just the umpires here, but also across our whole group. And umpires coach Christine Burrows doing a great job as Eddie runs into goal. They've got it at the back there. Clayton can't take the mark under pressure from Rocco. Roach goes in, tries to fend off Bellman.
Lucky.
He was a bit lucky there. He probably could have been penalised for that one. Rocco then gets a kick. Turners gets it on the bounce. He picks it up, gets a handball back to Jake Roach. He's under pressure, but he gets a kick away. Ball bounces cruelly for Harry Yole. It's going to enable Mullen to handball out. Crawley over the top to Gibbons, and they run out there. Schmaler looms on the end of it. The right boot, he goes. He had no one to kick it to. They had 2 players there, so he put it on the ground. DeVale's got time to pick it up. He'll then switch in board there. Trouble here, Hardman against Eddie. 1-on-1. Hardman keeps his feet. Newburn's going to be his target. He comes out there, Spinks at Newburn, trying to create a passage for him. Ball sits up. Newburn gets the first to a good handball over the top to Spinks. Is his goal number 4? Dribbles, it dribbles, it dribbles, it dribbles, and bounces to the right. Through for a behind. Good play again by Newburn. Dangerous kicking ball, but when you're down by 37, you've got to pull the trigger at some stage. Kick again from Stewart. Doesn't find the target. Spinks again. Handball the cactus to Hardman. He goes one way, goes this another way. Looks right, left, looks right. Handballs back to Gibbons. Gibbons in front of goal. That's certainly the sealer. Sam Gibbons. Assist from Jack Hardman. 45 points the margin. Another error coming from the kick in.
Another one, and again, another example of how Warners Bay, they're going to win this game quite comfortably. I think they've been very unselfish in the forward line today, Gary. They're looking for teammates. Hardman was probably entitled, having kicked 6, to have a speculative shot from a dead pocket, and he didn't. He waited and waited and then waited more, found Gibbons open. Gibbons had a much better shot. Pretty comfortable goal.
Dylan Stewart has just come from the ground, just holding a knee.
Right knee, that's not good.
He's already got it taped. Just in that contest just there. So a few injuries out of today. But Warners Bay are going to have the smiles. Consolidate their position. Probably move into the top, into 3rd position on the ladder. Old Nelson Bay at the end of the day will find themselves outside the top 4.
Well, yes, they could. And that's why it's been such a pivotal day for Warners Bay. I'm been quite impressed with them today.
A free kick. He's gone for the card.
I think that's a square up on Molan from earlier on. It is too. I reckon that Bell might have been pinged here. Settle down, guys.
It's been reported anyway. Where it is. Nath Vasey it is.
It's Vasey, is it? Okay.
So you don't need to be down by 44 points. Game over and done with 15 minutes gone with big games coming up. And one of your key midfielders.
And actually, he's done for the day now, isn't he? He's got a 15-minute break, so he's done.
15-minute break.
Luke, Jake Roach has just been felled as well by in back play, so it's still some angst. Sorry,
Jake instigates a lot of those.
Yeah, I'm not saying he was perfectly innocent. I'm sure he was having a quiet word.
And there's a bit of play acting in that also.
He's quite sensibly run away from where the action is.
The free kick's going to Molan. inside the centre square. He's too far out to score. And that's disappointing. That is very, very disappointing when you have, from Sean McGrath, when you have a stoppage that went from something like a minute and a half. Plenty of time to get your defensive structures right, and you find a Warners Bay player free on his own inside forward 50, and it's Lockie Deverell. And he'll go back and have a shot at goal. Take a good kick from there.
It will. McGrath looks quite disconsolate over here to our right. Not a happy man.
So Deverell. A horrible kick off the boot. How's it fall there? Good mark taken in defence that time. Down there by Bellman. Bellman kicks it long towards wing and half forward. Oh, good mark by Krause, is it?
Yes.
It is Todd Krause.
He's telling his opponent all about it too, Gary.
The right boot, he goes. Stewart comes down. Over the head it goes. At the back, Eddie's going to be the first one to it. He overruns the ball, then off the back of his boot. Could have went out of bounds the foot, but he actually saves that. It gets it there now to Scotty on the left boot. He goes. Yeah, that was probably a bit crude. Right there, there's Turner.
And it's on again.
Krause. Krause gets it inboard to Spinks.
Runner needs to get out of there.
Then go there. Right boot from Spinks has a shot at goal. And through for a behind.
Yes, I agree with you, Gary. It was a little bit late down here in front of us, but anyway, play's moved on.
Get right to Duval. So Morgan, wickets on the right boot. He's out there. Clayton's his target down there. Good battle there. Clayton keeps his feet. Well done. He's kicked 3 goals. Has 2 bounces. Goes through 50. A scrubby could get no one down there to go to. He's too far out to score, so he tried to get to the ground to get a bounce, but Crotty's back there. He then kicks the half-back flank, takes the mark of Warner. Warner, good way to kick there. Stewart should run out there. Meeting is Ericsson also.
Well
2 against 1 there. Cooper comes in there. Stewart does very well. There goes the ball. Puts his head over it. We're going to have a ball up right on centre wing.
Very, very good play by Stewart there, Gary. I thought he was outnumbered and outgunned and stuck to it and did a very good job.
Crawley, uncontested there. Back there to Price. Price in toward to Bellman. Bellman then gets a handball out to Eddie. Eddie on the right boot. He goes centre forwards the target. Coming out to meet it there. Well done there is Nathan Stewart. Stewart inside the centre square. Looks to go out wide there. He's looking to go for Morgan, but went there and finds Molan. Molan chips it short to Deverell. Deverell goes back to Turner. So Turner on the half-back flank, chips it out towards the wing. Spinks is his target. Spinks takes the mark on centre wing. Goes inboard a lead by Roach, but Bellman goes back. High contact there. Good, courageous play by Jimmy Bellman. As mentioned before, easily Nelson Bay's best player.
Yeah, very, very courageous running back into it where we couldn't see running back into the pack, Gary.
Finds Reimer. Short kick there to Ericsson. Target there is Wood over the top. Good mark by David Wood. Very, very good mark. Good leap. He's been very good in the second half as David Wood. Dropped it off his boot. Bit of an awkward. He got it back there. Turner's back. They got numbers now. Warners Bay. All the runs gone out. The sparks certainly gone out. Nelson Bay now. Turner has a bounce. Runs. Not the greatest kick in the world. Go there. Courageous mark and well done. Going back there is Carl Fitzgerald. Carl Fitzgerald, right boot kick though. That's a wobbler there. Well done by Duval. He's also been pretty good from the skipper in a losing side.
Sold, hasn't
he has been,
sorry,
without a doubt. Yes. Free kick to Ben Grace. He then goes inboard to Morgan. Long kick, ill-directed, however. Marlon should go back and take the mark, and he does. A wobbly kicker is going to allow David Wood. Josh Mullins, one of those players, I think his teammates walk taller when he's around. Coach tears his hair out about it because he becomes very undisciplined at times. But he's certainly a good enough player, and if you can control that aggression, very, very key player for Warners Bay.
He's certainly been aggressive today. Marty Ryman will enjoy that crack about tearing his hair out too.
As David Wood
Beautiful
kick a goal.
kick.
That's a nice kick. That's a very, very good finish by David Wood, and a very, very encouraging second half. Very quiet in the first half, but well deserved that goal after a good second half.
Pullman Magenta Shores Resort is an exceptional 5-star resort set on 52 acres on the New South Wales Central Coast. Nestled between the pristine waters of the Pacific Ocean, Tuggerah Lakes and surrounded by National Park, this resort has been designed to complement its spectacular location. This luxurious resort by Accor Hotels has been designed to offer guests everything: impeccable service, amazing on-site facilities, sophisticated dining options, modern villa-style accommodation and spectacular event spaces. Also a proud BDAFL partner of the Run Against Violence program, Gary.
So it's a 3-goal to 1 final quarter today for Nelson Bay. So they certainly fought it right out.
Yes, they have.
Scotty Hill on the ruck now against Crawley. Reimer puts his head over the ball, going as hard as Luke Roach. Gibbons there has been very good. Handball to Jake Roach. Todd Krause is going to, doesn't sit for him. Runs into Joel Erickson. Cooper there with a handball. Too slick there for Erickson. McKenna. Cooper there gets a good handball out. Well done by Cooper. Now it goes back to Bellman. Handball across to Reimer. Good bit of play by the Marlins. He's then going to go long. Clayton's going to be his target. Also back there is Stewart. Ball sits up. Clayton will get this. He keeps it out of bounds. Boundary throw in. Nelson Bay free kick. Something still going on in back play here.
Yes, there's been a skirmish over here for the last 35 or 40 seconds, Gary, between about 7 players.
So free kick to Clayton. Comes in his kick 4. That's a very, very good finish
what a
out
finish,
there.
Gary.
What a great goal. He's now kicked 4 goals. 4 goals for Clayton. Very well done. Back-to-back goals again. So they're certainly for this goal right out.
Prime 7. In 2016, Prime 7 has every big game, live and free. Coverage includes 4 games every round on 7, mate, including Friday and Saturday nights and Sunday afternoons. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Rightio, we're in the centre. Only a minute and a half to go.
We're looking forward to a warm shower tonight, the boys, I reckon.
Certainly will. As Reimer again. Another centre clearance, Bellman.
Good
Handball
tackle.
that comes back there. Devril's going to pick it up, turn it over and goes forward. Kept down that time by McGuinness. Back to Scotty Yule. High tackle.
Guess
Free kick.
Molan again, was it?
Yeah, Marlon again. Yeah. It's going to be there. Free kick to Woodley. Centre of the ground it goes to Krause. Reimer goes up there. Krause reads it a little bit better. Roving well with Bartlett. Very smart hands there across to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald on the left boot. Luke Roach gets it. Back to Gibbons. Sweeps it back to Warmer. Handball it back to Bartlett. Short pass there, finding Spinks. Good build up there by Warners Bay. Good play by Spinks. Been very good for Warners Bay today. No doubt about that. And Spinks. Go puts it on the ground. Good work. Well, good perseverance there. Well done.
Tried to
By
do too
Eddie.
much, didn't he, Gary?
Yeah, he did, yeah. But just persevered there. Great play. That time by Chris Eddy. Goes inboard to Reimer. Been serviceable, Reimer. A lot of pressure rests on him.
Yeah,
Never
it
stop
does.
trying. Spearing pass there, looking for Luke Price. Handball to Wood. Wood on the right boot. Goes down there, Clayton. Went to ground there. Win a battle with Crotty. And the siren sounds. It's all over here. At Fan Park on a cold, wintry day. And it's the Warners Bay Bulldogs who are going to go home victorious. 14-8-92 Nelson Bay, 9-5-59.
Goal kickers, Gary, for Warners Bay. Jack Harbin finished with 6, 3 each to Jimmy Newburn and Matt Spinks, and singles to Scott Bartlam and Sam Gibbons, who kicked their sole goal on the last quarter. For Nelson Bay, standout performance by Aaron Clayton with 4, Scott Yule 2, Ben Eddy 1, Luke Price 1, and Mr. Wood, David Wood kicked my marks hasn't gone in there. David Wood kicked that last goal.
Very good there. So 33 points to good at the moment. And look, and that's a pretty fair result. Warners Bay over the course of the day were much better than Nelson Bay. Their physicality was good, their tackling, and they had those Newburn and also Gibbons. They were all very good as we move into some of the better players. And we'll start with Nelson Bay.
Just worrying teams with their physicality. I think they're the most physical side in the competition at the moment. And if they can continue on with that and just start stringing wins together, you never know. But good, solid performance at home. It's what you've got to do is win games at home. And they look to next week now. The result with Killarney Vale opens up the 4 for Warners Bay. It's been a great day for them, and I think they've done very well. Very solid, very physical, very hard.
Yeah, well, Warners Bay next week they take on Killarney Vale, and Nelson Bay they return back to Dick Burwell Oval where they're very good, and they'll take on a Terrigal Avoca side. And just on that, just a quick score from number 1 Sports Ground there, Davis. Newcastle City have kicked away there now on the back of 5 unanswered goals, and they now lead 11-11-77 to 7-2-44 in the last quarter there. So Newcastle City will continue their undefeated run. And also earlier, Killarney Vale were winners over Cardiff. And just another quick shout out to Doris Glasson and also to Morris Goolagong on the Indigenous Guernseys that were worn today by the players. They were certainly very, very impressive Guernseys. So full credit to them and full credit to all involved in getting those done up. So look, overall, pretty cold day here. So we might wrap it up, gentlemen. So I'd like to thank Lucas for your involvement today.
Always great, Gary. Great afternoon of footy with you two gentlemen. Always great fun.
Yeah. Also like to thank you, David. Well done again. Pretty good analysis of the game and wrap around the grounds.
Thank you, Gary. As always, it's a pleasure to work with you and with the guys. Bar TV, the best in business. Great to be here. It's a cool day, but it's still a lovely day, and it's always a good day at the footy. Thank you, Gary.
I couldn't say it better myself. So, on behalf of everyone here in Bar TV, Isaac and the crew, thank you very much. And we'll leave Fern Park with Warners Bay, 14-8-92. We're too strong for Nelson Bay, 9-5-59.
G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially Black Diamond AFL.
A massive thank you to all of their sponsors.
BLK, the major sponsor and official apparel supplier of Black Diamond AFL. BLK, beyond limits known.
Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment.
GE Industrial Solutions, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers for the past 50 years.
Wilson Security, Australia's largest and most innovative security provider.
Pullman Magenta Shores Resort, an exceptional 5-star resort set on 52 acres on the New South Wales Central Coast.
Prime 7, coverage includes 4 games every round on 7 Mate, including Friday and Saturday nights and Sunday afternoon.
Star 104.5, the home of Rabbit and Julie Goodwin, playing more music variety.
The Entertainment Grounds, one of the Central Coast's premier events locations.
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery, the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast.
And Subway Morisset. Subway, eat fresh.
And remember to tune in to our Brekkie Show 6 till 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.